Oi, oi. Happy Flaterday. Double flat thumbs to infinity thrice. Welcome back to Flat Earth British's weekly fantastic live event. That is Flaterday, which is the highlight of the internet week, really. Which is all bollocks, isn't it? It's all a bag of balls. Anyway, much love to you all, guys. We're going to have a fantastic night tonight. I can assure you of that. Sit back, relax, and let Martin take over. It's story time. I'm going to tell you a story. I am tonight, guys. It's going to be a fabulous story. Okay, we're going to use our imaginations and our instincts and more. We're going to use our memories. I'm going to see if I could trigger some memories in you all. Okay. Now, I can see that the topic of tonight may, for some people who have just come along to Flat Earth British, may see it as maybe something of morbid fascination. No. This is not the case whatsoever. This is like a legal case in my Brian, okay? The biggest historical event that could have ever possibly been. Fuck World War II and their Holocaust and all the rest of it. I'm talking this is big business. And I'm not the type, okay, to leave this case unsolved. The orphan trains. Guys, 30,000 at a time, what, 60,000 parents just fucking missing? Do you think they all gone with typhoid fever? Where have they all gone? This is just the biggest case in human history. It has to be. So I'm going to tell you a story, is what I'm going to do, okay? I wanted to do a full synopsis on the whole story so far, but I thought it was like, basically, I did try this, but it was a monumental undertaking. Okay, guys, it would have been a 16-hour epic. Forget War and Peace, okay? But I can assure you guys, okay, this time you spend here now will be fun, okay? It will be high energy, high energetic, excellence and fun. Okay, there's going to be beauty, there's going to be movies, it's going to be funny stuff. Okay, we're going to look at some of my album covers and they won't be too rude. They're only rude if you have an imagination. So we're going to have a look at some of them. And we're going to have a look at my picks of the week and 1,000 things that I have collected. But there's another 1,000 things that I could have shown you today, which you'll have to wait until I post later on in the week, Monday or Tuesday. Now, it has been a busy week on the realm, on Flat Earth British realm. I've had a couple of hangouts in the week to break things up, getting some guests over, etc., going on other shows to spread the Flat Earth British love. So, my Brian, this is better. This is much, much better. I'm enjoying this profoundly. I love it when people come into my comments and say, oh, Martin, what you're saying is really dangerous fabric of today's establishment. I'm like, yeah, really? No shit. Duh. Yeah, no shit. So yeah, we're going to unravel a bit more. Now, what I'd like you to do, guys, for the duration of this story I'm going to tell you, is try and completely forget, which is hard to do with brainwashing and programming. Okay, we're all guilty of this, including myself. But try and forget the official historical narrative. Because instantly, when I will tell you something, you will refer to something that's been given to you in a history book by the controllers as something to cite this event, maybe. Okay, guys? Well, don't do that just for this post. Okay? Just think this. Think that the whole of history is a lie. It's been rewritten by the controllers, the victors, in this case, who are the Phoenicians. And there's been a genocide or a holocaust, as far as I can see, of the entire Tartarian population, which spilt over into probably the modern day, actually. They've been mopping up since World War II, World War I, all of these events, covering up what was a glittering civilization. Okay, we're going to go really deep into this subject in this post, guys. Okay, if you're new to it, There's many facets to this subject of mudfloods and Tartaria. It's not just that, okay? It's everything like free energy, alternative inventions, everything from clothes tech to why didn't they have any toilets to, you know, were they barbarians, the Tartarians? There's, you know, there's 1,000 questions we've had with this culture, okay, that were one culture worldwide. How do I know? Because they had the same architecture everywhere in the world, guys. There was only one, and I suspect they were of one language. How do I think that? Well, because now we speak phonetics, and this is the Phoenicians, which is another byword for the Babylonians, which is Babylon, the babies, the Babels, the Babylon, okay? And their phonetics, their language, which they brought with them. I wouldn't even be surprised if we didn't even need language in the past, if it was just psychic communication. This is how far back human consciousness has been retarded since the advent, actually, of these Phoenicians. But they're not here anymore. They appeared very mysteriously, these sea peoples, and they disappeared just as weirdly. But they did leave controllers behind. Okay, so they are the overlords from wherever they are, maybe a far corner of this earth, this realm, or in a land above the ocean, which is above our heads, the ocean which is above our heads. We'll look into all of this stuff all in this post. So let me just give you a few obligatory shouts. Much love to you all. I'm feeling absolutely buzzing my ass off of how fantastic all this truth in business is, guys. Honestly, it is just breathtaking. Now, some of the stuff I'm going to be showing you in here could well be breathtaking. It's going to be a lot of beauty, and there's going to be a narrative to it all. Okay, now we have a lot to share in this post, but as I said, time will fly. So the beginning of this post, there's going to be a few like you know, let's just say gruesome bits, but I will lace this sugar lace this with nice funny bits to balance it all, because I'm a Libran and I do require balance, like properly require balance. Does this, otherwise I wouldn't be able to cope. You know, my my ADH would not be able to cope. Actually, I forgot what I was on about. Anyway, move on. So we're going to look into Sofia, Bulgaria, in vintage photographs, which has got loads of clues on antiquity. Rhodes, which is many questions. The Isle of Rhodes in the 1870s, later. An Indonesian monastery, which is mind-blowing. The Romanovs' 400th anniversary of them ruling Russia for 400 years. Questions to that and fitting all of this timeline in, which is a difficult one. So I won't emphasize too much on the timeline, because that's going to be a difficult one with so many changes, etc. Later on, we're going to look into the Singing Building in New York. We're going to look into some demolition movies of what they did with some of this antiquity. I'm going to ask you some questions for fun later on, some interesting memory prompts. Okay, so that's what this game is, guys. It's us remembering who and where we came from. Are them ancestors that we see in the photographs, the Victorian photographs, are they our ancestors? Are we just descendants, say 4 generations, maybe 5 removed of the orphan trains? Are we? Are we a complete replacement batch? Yeah, probably. And they probably do this over and over again, guys. My feeling is there's been many mud floods or plasma events to reset this place. So where are all the victims of the trillions of people that went before us? There's no one there. They tell us that this place been here, what, 8 point whatever billion years, or whatever, how long they say mankind were there in their official narrative, doesn't even matter. The fact remains that there should have been a lot of people who've gone before us, but they are not actually there, are they? So where are all the victims? So if there's a mud flood over and over and over and over and over again, then the bones, some of the bones, are going to be really deep down. From maybe 10, who even knows, resets ago. Who even knows? When this place was a quarry. And they would be crushed under the pressure of the earth, and they would release piezoelectric forces, electricity. This could be the source of the cycle of lightning in the first place, is the dead under our feet. Maybe even the giants too, walking on the shoulders of giants. I really do think there's something in that narrative of fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman, be he alive, be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread. I really do think that they're telling us something with that nursery rhyme, as in with all of the nursery rhymes that they teach us as kids. It's a little bit of truth with it. So I feel that the Tartarian world, because of the size of the buildings, I feel that at some stage we lived side by side in unison with these giants. I think that they was peaceful. I don't think they were like an all powerful dominating force on us, or bullies or anything like that. Gentle giants. Okay, just because they're big doesn't mean that they're horrible. That doesn't make any sense in this realm at all whatsoever. Souls are all the same size, just not physically, that's all. So I feel that. I feel that what the case we're going to look at now is actually the last mud flood. The last mud flood that has happened. This paradigm you're living in now with the maritime law, the law of the sea on the land, where they declare us dead corpses, apparently. And the whole narrative of this place is maritime by nature, which is sea peoples, which is the Phoenicians. The stars, the Hollywood stars, they're flaunting it like fuck. Yeah, this something really, really should be done. Yeah, it's repugnant. It's stomach churning to think that the kids of today, okay, have to watch the telly and have these people as their idols. When they're doing all of this satanic business, you know, acting like Satan, doing all of this like really fucking disgusting sexual stuff on stage and stuff, which is not like sexual, like, oh, that's nice. This is like fucking hell, that's disgusting sexual. It's fucking repugnant, the whole thing, what they're doing. Now, we're going to break a code tonight when I show you. The penny will drop, as it did with me when I decoded it this week, that this is definitely a thing, and it's creepy. Okay, now at this stage of the game, all what they say about the Hollywood stars and adrenochrome and all the rest, I am convinced from what I've discovered that this is indeed the case. I think this is what they're doing. I think this is why Madonna looks like a shit took a shit, something like that. Remember, she was like super healthy on the jogging every day on the Kabbalah water, all these different religions, and she had all of this stuff going on, and now she's suddenly as done as dishwater. I can't imagine what exactly has happened. But anyway, let me just remove that. Hey, Aurora, good to see you, my friend. And OTW News is in the house. So there's going to be a long narrative in this anyway, guys. It's going to be very, very enjoyable. And it's going to, like I said, it's going to get a bit creepy. Now, you all know the Masonic codes, which you see all of them doing. I've seen a video this week with Kyrie Irving, you know, the guy who came out Flat Earth, the American basketball player, with a demonic a pentagram and a sigil inside on his hand, which some flat earther had put on there and said, look at him, he's an insider, blah, blah, blah. And then I just looked on the internet at images of his hands, or him with his hands, and there's no such tattoo that has been added. That's not right, to be able, you know, to lie, just chuck it out there when it's not the case. That's just unfair. And it's unfair on Kyrie Irving if he's a true flat earther, which I do believe. Okay. Anyway, so they got their codes. They got the one eye. We all see, you know, Greta Thunberg. Richard Branson's doing another weird one. Don't even go into that crypto thing that he just shit out this morning. So they do the old one eye thing. They also do fingers to the lips. Okay, everyone from Charles Darwin to Samuel L. Jackson, they're all doing the old fingers on lips. Shh, let's shut the fuck up about all the pedo shit we're doing in the name of Satan. Finger to the lips, which they're all doing. Okay, and they're openly flaunting it. Now, this is a definite line in the sand for me, guys. This is them spitting in the face of the creator. I feel not angry, but I really do feel that this is, you know, the way that they're going with this whole transgender agenda, the whole agenda full fucking stop is unbearable. I will do anything at all costs to make sure this doesn't get rolled out. Truth-wise, I will spill the beans on whatever I can. Truth-wise. Anyway, 500 of you just showed up. That's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to get stuck straight into the information today, guys, because there is quite a lot. Okay, but I would like you to just relax. I'm going to relax myself. Okay, because it's always a bit erratic when I first get into my mode of YouTubing. So, hi, Jolly Man. Hi, Jill. Jill Beck's Garage. I was just listening to Joe's Garage, classic old album by Crew Sluts, by Joe's Garage by Frank Zappa. Janine, good to see you. Marcel. With Lever. Mark Trom. Jolly Man, good to see you. True Earth Norseman, good to see you. Look at me amusing myself. Chris Scott, good to see you. Good to see you. Cheech. Okay, good to see you. Much love to you all. Eddie Kazi is in the house. Okay, guys, I'll give you all a big shout. I'm going to come back and give you all much love and shouts. And there's Dave's Waffle House. Now, you find Dave. Thank you, Dave, brother. Now, you can find him linked on my last video. I'll link him up on this one. I was on his show this week, chewing the fat, and we got like the same sort of background British style of festivals and hedonistic behavior. So we got on like house on fire. An old mate, just catching up with an old mate with Dave. Crafty came to see you, Dave Greig. Okay, like I said, it's been a busy week on the truth. I'm feeling very happy with the truth in this week. Much love, Big Kush. Turd burglar. Glenn Howard. Liddy. Ghost wide. So it is best to take life not too seriously, as you'll find out on Flat with British. We are master not give a fuckers. And there will be loads and loads of amusing stuff for you later on. Okay, guys? To break it up. But first, serious business. Now, you decide. Okay, I think this is actually a thing. And the more I think about it, I think it's definitely a thing. Where did they get rid of all of them dead? Are they all liquefied in the mud? What about all the animals? Well, were the catacombs in Paris then on the surface if there was a mud flood since it's been built, 1700s? Lots of different things to think about in this post, guys. We're going to dive straight in. Make sure to please, if you would, YouTube styley. It would be very nice of you if you could just share this out, please. And subscribe. Thank you. Okay. We're going to get underway. Now, let's have a think about bones. Let's have a think about us. It is weird. It is weird. I don't know how other people feel about this, but I find it creepy and weird to think that that is inside us. So, you know, can you imagine us walking like a Jason and the Argonaut skeleton, yeah, without any flesh and bone, or, you know, any flesh or blood on the skeleton? Like, that's us. That's us. That we are that skeleton inside. It's just mind-blowing to think, and it's crystalline by structure. It's like a technology. I'm not even joking. It's like battery powers included in it. This is an exoskeleton for our biomechanical robot, is what this is. Okay, our self-healing, or replicating, self-healing robot. So bones. Now, in the past, they have mausoleums, they have catacombs, they have tombs, they have graves where they put people in the Christian world 6 foot down. But that wasn't always the case. They used to bunch them like this, just in a basket, and bury them deep down. The Catholic Church and all of the Catholic Church like to put a load of dead below their churches. There's numerous catacombs, even in London, where there are skulls and dead decorated round in that sort of fashion, in the weirdest cult imaginable, which is the is religion. It's really, really weird that they're doing this shit. But there you go. Excuse me. So other things that they can do with the dead is they can hang them up as decoration, which they've done in this one. I think this is in Milan, where they got the skull and the crossbones. Well, single bones or crossbones there. Just hanging up as decoration, which is not all of that good. This is to do with human skulls. So we got the do a comparison: Europeanist, Mexican, Tartarian, Czech. Vegetarian, check. Buddhist, check. White, check. Black, check. Globe Earth. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, that would be evolution for you. A dinosaur stepped on your toe. But one thing we must always remember, I think Prince told us this, okay, in his lyrics, about you must remember to die. It's appointed for all men, they don't state women, once to die. Therefore, think upon eternity. Okay, we'll do that. Why do they always regard as like mankind, and they're always referred to as men? It's like this. It's like everything is like men related in the past in their writings. It's like, well, haven't women had a shout through the whole of reality and creation? Well, they got as much to give, and they do the same shit as blokes, probably a lot better in some cases, don't they? So that's just bollocks, isn't it? So what's going on there? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, some skeletons, yeah, they don't waste time in the afterlife. Look, he's still got a nail, but obviously he's not feeling much, 3,000 years old. But that can happen. Other skeletons, they're horny. They got horns in their heads. I can't imagine that being real, but who even knows? I think the cone heads, and I think women having horns, as we're going to see later on in some artworks, Renaissance artworks, definitely had some sort of hornage going on. You can see a lot of these as well. I heard about the catacombs in Paris, somebody saying that they've seen etching marks or scratching, like they've been eaten, maybe, the skeletons or the people that have been eaten. But that makes no sense. They would smash out the marrow. That's where the good stuff is. But maybe that's a clue as well. We do say tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. And there's a lot of eating fucking people, words in with our dialogue, surprisingly. It is really weird. But there was a great war, which I will get into right now. So totem dance, the dance of the dead. So much we do not know of our reality. And what's this? So you don't witness something in the afterlife. The Egyptians, all of their life revolved around the afterlife. Some skeletons, steel nose in antiquity, a metal nose in antiquity. And these, possibly a reset. They got an I8, I2. And 1850 on them. So these people have died in there, and they've just plated them up, and they've made a mausoleum of them. You can see that this is probably a giant skull. It's a lot bigger than these men. But again, an injury in the head. There's been some sort of terrible apocalyptic war in the past. And they know, the elites know all about this war. The elites know that the victors or the people that they are in charge of and petrified of. I don't believe this. I don't believe Pompeii, actually, but new skeleton found in Pompeii. This guy was running from the eruption when a 300-kilogram boulder hit him right in the face. Well, I thought you said he was running away. Well, that would hit him in the back of the head, wouldn't it? I don't know. What did he do? Stop, turn around, and then it hit him in the face? Do you see my problem? It makes no sense. That's stupid. Stop that. Anyway. EM technology. That is what the Phoenicians and their mastery over water have got over them. How do I know? Because the elites, the royals, they have an orb, and they have a scepter, and they have a crown, and all of these are just paying homage to them technologies of that sort of era. So have you got a dog? Well, a thoroughbred, no problems whatsoever. It breathes all right. You've got one of them? Well, it breathes like, with snotty breathing, because its face is like a fucking alien. That's what the crossbreeding does. I really don't like that. I really don't like that. And of course, the Star Child, nobody's ever made sense of it. Thought to been real, thought to been, you know, have some sort of alien looking interpretations, like too close together. But I don't think that's the case at all, if Star Child is to be believed. So what we got here is a skull of an infant in antiquity. You can see some cavities there, and you can see it's a little bit of, it's maybe a toddler. It's not an infant as such, but it's a little bit older. But you can see, looks like his teeth, looks like an older person. And the different types of people. You can see some of these in museums in Peru and Ecuador of cone heads, people with elongated skulls that lived amongst us, and endless amounts of skulls which have some sort of blow, you know, some sort of like pick or some sort of axe or something in their head on so many. And then all the narratives of the wars, the English Civil War, the American Civil War, and what you get, apparently, is piles and piles and piles of skeletons. And that goes for the animals too. There's pictures of pyramids of buffalo bones. They say that they killed all the buffaloes to get rid of the Native American Indian. But didn't they give them like blankets covered in smallpox to do that? Which one was it? And they're still here now today. So how many of them actually were there? So did they execute all of them buffaloes? Or is there something else going on with the bones? Well, let's have a little think. Hi, Ray Boston. Yes, we are live. My brother Ray Boston Mudflood, we love you. Okay. So the Phoenicians arrived from the sea, or possibly the land above the sea, which is the ocean above us, the Tartarian Ocean. Okay. So they quickly took to ships and they occupied the sea, a sea race, which we're told even in the official narrative. And then they started trade with Tartaria. This lasted, there was symbiosis. This lasted for who even knows how many hundreds of years, but this lasted for quite a while. But eventually there became a pricing war, and resentment grew and jealousy over these Tartarians. They introduced drugs, alcohol, and other subversive natures to try and undermine, a bit like Marxist communism, undermine Tartarian. Eventually, a war broke out. A vicious war, the worst war in the history of all wars, a war of extermination. And that was the war against Tartaria. They took it out of the history books and they rewrote the history books, but the clues are everywhere. Just take a look around in your cities and in your towns. Take a look at their mudflood buildings and their architecture. No matter where you are, they are all identical. So the Phoenicians came and they stole a civilization. They covered it over with their white stone, over the red brick and red Tartarian granite of buildings. They covered it over with a white stone. Any Phoenician buildings are in a white stone. Okay, now, is that us? No, apparently that's a human infant. So I'm thinking something's happened. I'm thinking that we are, you know, not what we think we are, because we're looking like a bit like Alien at this stage of the game. It always freaks me out to see that, but in antiquity, the infants are not showing the same, proving that we are nothing to do with them. And there's different arrivals, different batches in this place, in this West world. Thousands of bones discovered under the Vatican crypt in search of missing teenager. So I'm guessing a shit ton of people go missing in these tunnels and in these crypts, and they've been doing it all along. And they've been telling us they've been doing it all along. This is a deeply coded painting, Renaissance painting. It's not. This one's from 1850s. It's pre-Raphaelite. Can't remember. It's not Waterhouse. Trippy on the colours on the head. Anyway, so the Tartars, I think that the last of the Tartars, before the mopping up operation, that lasted well into the last century, even into these days. I think they took refuge in the starforts, guys. I think this was their protection from advanced EM weaponry, fasces type weapons that were used or deployed by the highly advanced Phoenicians. So the arrivals, they populated the place, didn't they? You know, the streets are empty. There's no one. Everywhere's missing in these like 1850s photographs, and then shit tons of people. Or are there? Or are they? Or are they just like Lizzo in our chat feed mentioned? Are they just dropping them off on balloons to give them the look that there's people around in these cities, and then just ballooning them off to the next town and doing that, and they're not actually. So this one's got a really weird skull, hasn't it? It's got the the laurel leaf style head garmentry thing from the classical world that fell, that we are going to talk about shortly. Now, what do they do with the bones? Well, the elites love a cup of tea. They love a cup of tea in their bone china. So they don't only put animal bone, pig bone, in bone china. Some rare versions of bone china are made from human bones too. Okay, let's just imagine that the tires on your wheel, the tires, kings of Tyre, the Phoenicians, is all just telling you that the tarmac that arrives, the tarmac, is just, we're just rolling over them because there's been an expulsion or extermination of entire culture, a stolen civilization. These are the inheritors, okay, in a post-apocalyptic climate. So yeah, okay, we dig that you can have China made. So let's just imagine the elites know this and they've been doing it all along. Would they tell you in their coding, you know, like they do with all one eye, or like they do with the old whisper to the lips? Now, you're not even going to believe how many celebrity images there are online of celebrities drinking tea. Shills like Stephen Fry, or Jimmy Stewart, all loving a nice cup of tea. And there's no one bigger for a nice cup of tea, and I mean everything stops for a nice cup of cha, is the royals. The royals. My, she looks really evil in that one. She's got that I've done something really naughty look. They all have, actually. She don't. She just looks like she's had too many drugs and she's hiding it face. I wonder if they knows how fucked up I am. Yeah. Charles and Camilla, there's the kingage to be this year. He's going to have a big kinging do if he lasts that long. Old sausage fingers, which he's showing he's spoiling quite well. He's not doing the old cock finger thing. He's not doing etiquette, but he's the king, so he doesn't look at it. I bet his cakes are bloody lovely. Can you imagine his pastries? And do you reckon the two of them are going to cane all of them cakes? Yeah. No wonder he got sausage fucking fingers. Excuse my language, but yeah, bone china made from human bones. So down the elite street, isn't it? The Beatles. Well, if they have baby bits all over them, I don't think they're going to be too bothered about drinking out of human bones. Do you? No, not me. There they are, and another cover. Apparently, they always took tea breaks in their recording, and you know, they're not really druggies taking LSD. They're having a cup of tea out of some bone china. JFK with his daughter. We're having a tea party. Bring out the best bone china in the Oval Office. And this happens apparently lots of times a day because JFK was mad on his cup of tea, don't you know? And it might be something going on with the tea itself, the cha itself. But in bone china, now, this is bone china, okay? I used to work in the Merchant Navy and I used to ship china clay from Cornwall to make this shit. They used to ship it up to China from Cornwall. I'm like, what? They don't even get their own china clay. It's British. It's British. It's Cornish. Out from Poi or Far. And they take it to China. And then they mix it with human or animal ash, they tell you in this day and age. But I'm sure the elites with their 100-year-old tea sets, there's Jimi Hendrix, David Bowie, Dean Martin, Elvis Presley. Can't see that is his head's cut off. And the first Paul McCartney fall. Helena Bomber Carter. Yeah, Helena Bomber Carter. He loves a cup of tea in his bone china, and Twiggy having a nice cup of cha. And fucking hell, Jack Nicholson's not doing too good, is he? But he does love a cup of tea. They all do, don't they? Lady Gaga. Oh, yeah. Take my nice cup of tea and my bone china, coloured purple, on a TV chat show. Because this is what us elites do. Wink, wink. They don't know about the bone china or who fucking goes in it. But she knows etiquette. No, I had a dream about her. I mean, no, Audrey Hepburn, I had a dream about her. I had a dream I was going out with her. I'm not even joking. I had a dream I was going out with Audrey Hepburn, who looked like the Audrey in Tiffany's film, Breakfast at Tiffany's. Yeah. And she's lovely. Don't get me wrong. Robert Zimmerman, what a fucking top. Oh, sorry about my language. Where's he? On a ship there? See? Oh, he's in the basement somewhere. Steam pipes. He likes a cup of tea. Oh, Jesus. Doesn't he give you the creeps? He's another one who looks terrible lately. He's not aging well, all of that money. He looks like a shit took a shit. He likes a cup of tea. Okay? And there's something going on with him deeply, isn't there? All of them. Muhammad Ali, well, he always stopped for a cup of tea. Okay? Got to have a cup of tea if you're one of the establishment. Everything stops for tea. Yeah, there's Lauren Bacall and Humphrey Bogart. Got their best, finest bone china out. Took it off the Welsh dresser. I think Justin Cumberbatch might be trying to tell us something. You, me, tea? Well, that's either a gay chat-up line from him, or he's trying to tell us something else. Is you and me in tea? I don't know. So he likes a cup of tea, some English lovey. Another English lovey. Haven't he got little hands? Maybe he's got partly flitomite or something. He's Mick Jagger. God, he looks weird. Disproportionate. His head looks 10 times too big for his body. I don't know what's going on with him. Need more drugs? Thanks, Martin. Okay then, Mick. And there's Cary Grant. Bristol lads, Archibald, Lang, yeah. He likes a cup of tea. Oh, and there he is again. With the old fucking secret, we're having a cup of tea gang. Which I definitely 100% think is a thing. There's Boris Karloff taking his time off from being Frankenstein's monster for a nice cup of cha in some bone china. David Bowie. Oh, he wouldn't miss his cup of tea. He doesn't take drugs. He drinks our bone china. So, Grace Kelly, Kate Moss, all in their bone china, and the Queen. So it's made of a ceramic material, is bone china. It's like spark plug stuff. You can break glass using fine porcelain. You can throw it at a window, a British safety standard window, just flick it at a window, this substance, and it will break it. It will shatter it because of frequency. It's frequency. This stuff, if you clink it with your, into your saucer, it makes a ping sound. It's musical. It's vibrational. So it resonates. This is some sort of resonational technology. The Chinese, or the Japanese, excuse me, they got a big thing for a cup of tea, haven't they? They have this, they got like basically a hot geisha woman who spends about 3/4 of an hour making you a cup of tea, and you got to sit there all patiently, like Japanese style, while she's knocking this stuff up. Yeah, no drugs in it. It's just a cup of tea. Yeah, I know. Apparently it's worth waiting for. Fucking better be. Anyway, so curled or raised, your little finger for a very etiquette. Are you a cool finger upper? Lee, flatearthbritish? Are you a finger curled while you're having a cup of tea? I am. I'm classy, me. I do that. Not like quite like that, because that would be gay, but I do it like little finger cocked up. Thatcher. Well, this now I know it's made from fucking dead people. So I think that's definitely a code. If you Google it for yourself, guys, you can see how many of these people are drinking out of bone china, and it's all part of the Masonic, like the old hand over one eye symbol thing. So I think they were doing that. What else could they do with ashes? This one's more spooky, or is equally as spooky, is you can make stone out of ash. Now, there's a big industry, it would seem, in people having their ashes turned into ornaments and stuff out of their relatives' ashes. in the modern day. Legal, apparently, all this is. And I'm joking. So, yeah, you can turn ash. So imagine that maybe the fascist weapon leaves little piles of dust everywhere that previously were humans. You sweep up all that dust because it's not a particularly, it's in the summer. It hasn't blown away. And they've purified it, and then they turned it into this clay substance and these nuggets. And then you get a white stone like that from human ash. I bet that is crystalline as well by its nature. And you could make things like, I'm guessing, statues of Phoenicians. They are in a white sort of marbly effect like this, aren't they? Or buildings, like all of the Phoenician adaptations are made of this white stone, aren't they? So, yeah, you can make also gemstones. They can do it. They can crush them. They get a bluish thing if you put a head of a dead person in there. So they can make jewelry from the carbon or the ashes of dead people. So you can also, if you're an elite, have a beautiful colored diamond made by the ashes of the deceased. So they could drink the deceased in the tea, in a cup of tea, or with a cup. They can make stone out of ash. So, all right, the people just drop dead, or they're all dead, and they collect them all up somehow, or how many is around, and then they incinerate them, which is the real holocaust, burnt offering, part of their weird Phoenician cult thing, which is definitely sacrifice. 100%. So why wouldn't they just sacrifice everybody? Why would they limit themselves to just one or fucking two? In my mind, all. They get rid of us all. So Lee, who's here now, there he is. Wave to Lee. Hi, Lee. He had some sort of vision, I guess, where he thinks that there's going to be a Passover this coming May. The Phoenicians are about to return. He thinks that they make a terrible, like a sort of buzzing sound as they go over, and you can't stare at them because they will be bright like magnesium and they will blind you. So that is the eagle that blinds you that they talk about in alchemy. All this happens May Day, May the 1st, apparently. And he plans on protecting himself by laying naked in a field, covering himself in goose fat and pretending to be an animal. To me, this sounds like you may be offering yourself to the Phoenicians and already greased up. They feel like, that's really generous. I'm just saying that's not a good strategy. I could think of really, no, I'm just saying, Lee. Yeah. I can think of really like sneaky strategies. You got to think like Blackadder to win the game. Okay. I have a cunning plan. Use mirrors, smoke and mirrors, tricks, magic. Employ, I don't know, a magician, Pan and Teller. Not them because they're satanic. Anyway, let's get on with the show. White stone. So what we're looking at here is just a few photographs, vintage photographs of Manila. The thriller in Manila. And they are from around 1890s and a little bit earlier. And they show what looks like a Greco-Romano world. So hang on a minute. How did the Philippines end up with all of this stuff? It's not exactly what you think of the Philippines. I sort of imagine it was all like with absolutely fucking nothing going on. But they got apparently what looks like Rome going on there. You don't see too many people around, but what you do see is a little bit of technology. Don't know what that is there. These are definitely what you'd expect to see in the way of communication cables. But it's weird. Considering this is the Philippines, it looks like South America. It's like or Spanish feel to it all, isn't it? But look at the state of this. Apart from it's all covered in muck, it's got plants growing all over it. And I'm wondering why the people just didn't say, look, our church of God, where we go to worship our greatest thing, yeah, it's covered in shit. Do you think we could go and sort it out? But maybe it's not. Look at this landing platform here. And then you got the clock and another landing platform and another landing platform. Huh? Huh? And an aerial. And a resonator. So, yeah, it's all covered in shit. And it's the capital city. You've got some beautiful architecture there as well, I've noticed. But not exactly what I'd imagine. It looks like they've got the electric tram, so you can hooked up there, which is not bad. A lot of places haven't got that. And there they are, the Filipinos. And I'm guessing they're being ruled by some Western power. Who's the Philippines ruled by, I guess? I don't know. Might have been Spanish. I don't even know, actually. I thought it was the Americans. I thought the Americans run the Philippines. So, yeah, it's quite interesting, mudfloody looking place, isn't it? It's not that fucking brilliant, but it was a really substantial starfort. Made in blocks. Which we're going to look at a little bit in a minute because, like I said, with this this giant war, I think that we went to the starforts for some sort of protection. I'll show you why I think this in a minute. So it's interesting, right, that they got this garden, this beautiful bit of garden outside these beautiful summer palace type affairs, and there's just a horse grazing and horse shit everywhere. It's not very well kept, is it? You know, if that was my city, I'd have it all mint. I wouldn't have shit everywhere. I don't know. Ain't on, you know. So what do they do all day, the Filipinos? They get fucked up on opium by the look of it. I don't know if any dodgy goings on in there. Look, he looks proper stoned. But they look really healthy. They're not like British drug addicts. British drug addicts look like zombies. And they look, you know, quite healthy. But it's probably good quality and not full of chemicals. There you are, getting fucked up in the opium den, which is a thing that they do. Apparently 100 years ago, no problem whatsoever. Legal. And a red brick Catholic-looking church in the Philippines. So I guess they had the monasteries and everything. This thing is the starfort of Manila, and it is substantial. Cockfights. They might not be. They might be just playing something. Is that Rome in the Philippines? I don't think the Roman Empire actually went that far, did it? But there it goes. There. And what are these two things there? There and there. Just some sort of lightning or electric going across from year to year in the past. Like an electric gate for protection. But they are Buddhist. That's trippy, isn't it? The multi-handed Krishna. That's another thing I've seen in a vision years ago. Whereas I seen like the blue multi-armed Krishna vision in my Brian vision. Very much like that, only better looking. My Krishnas were better looking. And it's covered in shit. I wonder why. They got a definite resonator going on there. We're going to talk about a little bit about that in a minute, and the connection between starforts. And it looks like this is my thumbnail for this video. It looks to me like they've basically forgot to clean something up. Yeah, there's just no narrative for it, guys. And this boy, you know, his face says it all. Is it like a wig on top of that one? And I think this is the photograph just capturing that time when, you know, the people are all being wiped out, you know, and just almost I get the feeling with this narrative is that the narrative of what I'm mentioning to you now, they copied in World War II and rolled out for what they told you happened in the concentration camps, etc. I think that they stole that narrative from the real story of what happened with this Tartarian narrative. I think that's what's going on. I think they're just copycatting. They have big guns. Look at the size of them shells. But there's no way that he's a Filipino at all. So they're Western. They look American, actually. A little battery. Funny how batteries are called batteries, isn't it, guys? Charge your weapons. Charge. Sir, this man's been charged. What's he been charged with? Discharged. how it's all electrical terms. So that's how they keep some of the dead, in just like, you know, maybe they're thinking later they can reanimate them, their skeletons, or flesh will just appear. And their bridge, okay, Bridge of Spain in Manila, built over 200 years ago, looks just like the London Bridge. Looks just like the London Bridge that got taken to Arizona from London. Wow. That's a pretty modern looking suspension bridge for the, you know, 1890s, guys. Really is a really substantial looking bridge, and big. I wonder if it was one of the biggest in the world. I don't know. No, that would have been the Forth Bridge. That's the biggest suspension bridge at this time in the world. So not much going on in the way of infrastructure at all. And that is that starfort there. Hidden mortar battery between the city wall and the Melcon Drive, Manila, 1899 with these ones. It's funny how there's all earth behind it. Well, they backfill though behind the entire big wall. Guess they must have. So they're Western girls, aren't they? 1899. They're not Filipinos. Definitely looking American. Okay. That's a nice little pony. An inspection of the force. They got a bit of an army going on. The Filipino army. Okay. And I'm guessing this is not the Filipinos' properties we're looking at. Yeah. It's got this distinct feeling. Look at the size of that mirror. Oh, there's people sitting there. 2 women. And a bloke taking the photo. Oh, wow. That's trippy. Oh, glad I did that. And there's another entrance, city gate thing going on, which seems to be a necessity with the old world towns. 1899. And there's the fleet. Oh, loads of ships out there. And big churches. The Filipinos, what have they got? Same as everywhere else, like wooden shacks. And they're collecting tobacco there in 1900. I bet that is good tobacco, drying it out naturally. What happened to the building in the background? It looks like it's been blown up or something. 1900. Wringing out clothes. Well, she does the laundry. Well, of course they do. Their clothes would be stinking if they didn't. What's going on with that window? Look at that, guys. Bit of a, you know, an established raw ironwork for whatever starfort that is. Is that it? It might be a building, not sure. Older stone there. Okay, so she didn't have a Bosch washing machine or whatever. So in 1900, everyone's getting around in, what's that? Might be doing the old carrot and the stick trick on the horse. This can get you around, no problem. Oh, I'm going to share a movie with you later, and I'll share in links after the show. It's going to blow your mind. I got so much in this show. I'm so excited. This is brilliant. So the walled city with a flag on it. So it's definitely a starfort city. There's the starfort. It looks like it's been battered. I'm not actually too sure about what that aerial is there, especially for this time period. Weird. I don't know what war. But I can tell you this gate into this starfort, Isabel Gate, definitely looks like it's Greco-Romano, doesn't it? J86. J or 3? J863. J863 on that. And the gate of Isabel. Well, there's nice windows in there. That's not very secure for a fortress, is it? The fucking window in the front. Oh, they're all half buried, aren't they? See them? Cannonballs outside in case you need any to fire at it. That makes perfect sense. And a Roman gate into the starfort of Manila. Interesting. Mortar shells. Okay. And there's inside, I guess. Total luxury. What's in the mirror? Outside. Oh, we're like Sherlock Holmes, aren't we? Like inspect them. Inspector Morse. All right, we'll do an Inspector Morse today. So she was a bit of a fortress, lovely sailing ships. Whoa. So it's more established and it's looking Greco-Romano. There's a lot of dead stuff going on. Niche burial system. What does that say there? Gone. I-77. Interesting that they're using the I for in this writing for the dates of telling you when the cemetery's gone. Now gone. It's interesting. What date we got up there? God, I can't. 12, 14? I don't know. Anyway, moving on. So they're rather funky. I enjoyed them. Now, starfortage. Now, I really do think that they were repurposing these, and I do think that they were something further back. There's a number of ideas to do with mining or some sort of tech, something to do with the stars. There's hundreds of thoughts. But there's no doubting that they have they exhibit cymatic patterns, starforts, individually as well, different ones. So we know, okay, in the beginning was the word, and the word was probably not that one. It would have been if it was me. And they will give you a beautiful cymatic pattern. We all know this. Starforts, this is how we know this is incredibly advanced tech and nothing to do with the official narrative of bastions of colonies, because that makes no sense because of this. They know the frequency of each starfort, and each one is different. And they got fractal geometry, so they know the structure of this place. And the church machines, the resonators, and all of the tech of the past is around this resonation quality. They are exactly the same somatic windows as they got for starforts and church windows, because it's the same tech. It's the same tech as fasces. The fasces the inside looks exactly like this. It's a central core, and it's all wires or tubes, if you like, going all the way around, and it's bound. So cities are put out like this: Barcelona, Paris, where they have this center bit, and it's all the circuit board city plan, all based on the real science of this place, you know, the fractal geometry, the geometry of this. And they wouldn't touch upon that in the official science narrative because they haven't got a place for it, you see. But this is how we know. It's because they exhibit this. So we'll imagine that there was a world war everywhere. Mud floods, maybe they left us with a mud flood. Okay, and these were our protection. I'm thinking with the water, force fields going, maybe even weapons out. Because it's nothing to do with what I said, you know, an enemy's coming in, they could just walk straight in. There's too many weak points. This is advanced technology. And I definitely think because of this somatic structure, that is to do with electromagnetic weaponry, such as the fasces. I think this stuff was going on. This is an artwork of a starfort, excuse me, from 1652, so really early, but you can see that you find that every single thing is inside the starfort, all the town, all the people, like almost for protection. Town walls, are they really just for marauding next villagers or an invading country? Because we haven't been invaded in Britain for 1,000 years, so they say. So that's not a thing, is it? I'm sure we've had threats, but no. So everyone gets inside the starfort for this ultimate protection. Interesting, this canal goes all the way down to the sea, where you see a fleet, the Phoenicians possibly, and you get these satellite ones, you know, this onslaught is going to come. They know it's going to come. You get some apocalyptic pictures of when this actually happens. I'm going to share some with you in a minute, but you can see the scale of these battles. I wonder why they're carrying sticks to make fire. And they will take that eventually, but they're, you know, they don't go easy. But they're using fasces and melting the sides of them probably and getting in one way or another. Another way they could be hiding during the apocalypse is in these places, I can't help thinking the Mount Saint-Michel, the French one, and the Cornish one, because they're very similar, are just the top of something much, much bigger, like the tip of the iceberg, guys. I really, really do think that. I think these, they already tell you that there's a massive tunnel system underneath Mont Saint-Michel in Cornwall, and the Mount St. Michael in Cornwall, and the one in France. There's massive vaulting catacombs, and they go indeed lower. What if they went really, really low? And these, because you can only get to them through a causeway, they're off the coast, and they're sort of starforty. These would be great last bastions, last stands for the Tartarians on the onslaught. That's the one in Cornwall. And they're both the same, you know, and they're supposed to be hidden ley lines connecting all the way to Jerusalem, I think it is, with all the Mount St. Michels. They are all definitely straight lines, and there's a few other contenders in the Mont Saint Michel triangle, shall we say. So there's the causeway. If the tide comes in, it's cut off. And this is the Cornish one. Very beautiful. And I think it looks a bit melted. I think the whole thing looks like it's had an apocalyptic happening. I really do. I feel this is a building by the look of it by here. Okay. And this, you know, this upright here seems to be some structure to it. And then they've just put this stuff, you know, reset before. And they just put it in there on the same place over again. I'd like to go and visit that, actually. I've never been there. And exactly the same causeway thing going on, Mont Saint Michel. I've got antique photos I could share of these, but it would take me too long to dig them out. I'll do it in the future sometime, which shows you what it was like to walk around these streets in 1800s. They are really, it's bigger than you think. It's a proper town. So there's the two of them. Mont Saint Michel and Mount St. Michael, both with monasteries, both with underground vaulting systems, both potentially going a lot lower, both like starforts with everything hidden behind the wall, and with that extra safety of being off the land, the mainland. Yeah. And they are absolutely beautiful, as you can see. But still, it just looks like the top of something to me. Maybe they even flew and landed. Maybe they even flew and landed. Who even knows? But I'm thinking more like this. I'm thinking you're just seeing the top of Mont Saint Michel. And then there's all of this going on down below. And I think that they all got tunnel systems. I think they're all connected up, as I do the starfort systems, as I do all castles. I think everything is connected underground. And I think because this place has had secular mud floods, I really do think that this stuff is below our feet. And I will tell you and give you more proof as to why I think that right now in this post. And these always just look like the tops of buildings. We'll have a look at some of these later in the Romanovs' 400th anniversary in Moscow in 1800. We'll have a look at them a little bit later. But I think all of this is below ground. I think it's not just fantasy. I think that's a reality. And as for Mont Saint Michel, and this was come up in the local post, my local post, only this week. I caught it, 4th of February. Huge network of caves hidden under Cardiff, the city where I live. Now, I have heard my friend went down one that he said you could have drove a juggernaut lorry down, a tunnel that you could drove a juggernaut lorry down. Apparently, there's an astonishing labyrinth and ancient, all below the streets of Cardiff. Only just really mentioning this. I've not seen anything about this before. But this place I've seen, this is in Garth Mountain, just north of the city, which was an iron ore mine in the past. And it's actually got a lagoon inside. They cut these things off with fences, but you can nick in there. Everyone goes there. And there's Stetley's mine, a quarry, which is still doing cement in the modern day. But all underneath my city is all of this beautiful stuff going on. Look at this. It's like the world is like Indiana Jones style, you know. But one thing they did have is dead bodies down there, apparently. A few murder cases they found. There was discovered the strangled body of Patricia Simpson. She was a Buttown prostitute. So they found all dead bodies down in this place, in this cave. but they're massive. And there's all these caves all into Cardiff. Great. It's apparently bigger than, like, I thought Nottingham was the biggest, but apparently Cardiff, it says here, is the biggest in the UK than any other city, is the caves underneath Cardiff, where I am now. I would fucking love to get down there and check all that shit out. That is a bit deadly. That rope there, I don't want to shin down that rope at my age, guys. I'll fuck my back up. But there's other ways in, like safe stuff. So, yeah, I think all of that shit's definitely underground. So, Phoenicians. I've got a Lead Van der Haal Atlas. This is the best I've ever had. And I love it because it's got 111 as the code there. And it's been a really, really helpful little Lead Van der Haal Atlas for information. And it shows the Phoenicians, which are the Romans, if you like. But as recently as 1733, they're being depicted there. This is some Polish king. And he shows you these Phoenicians up in the clouds. Okay, which is where they are, in the water, in the clouds, and being his overlookers, his overseers, if you like, of his royal conquests. And that's exactly what they show you, is his conquests, giant armies, and they are descending. They have Cossacks, they have Tartars apparently with them, so multinational force. And they tried to take out these bastions. I really don't think that it's these countries the way they say it is. I really don't. I think it's like, you know, like I said, a cover story for wiping out Tartaria. I really do. I think World War I and World War II, where you can see there's a city that used to be there. It's just like rubble now, like World War II. Is what I think. I think there was a terrible war. And I think that they was victors. And I think the good people, that was where, I think that's where the Phoenician, the Tartarians messed up. I really do, was their good nature and their trust, good, trusting people, loving. And obviously, if you've got narcissistic, psychopathic, non-human, half human race from another place in here, they're going to do gnarly shit like this, which they do. They go nuts on us. So there's this multinational force of Tartars, Cossacks, Sabakuti hosts. Is that something to do with Sabbataya? No, that would be Sab, not Sab. And then the Phoenicians, they're here, the Romans, if you like. She's got like 3, 4, 5, 6 jugs. Is this just a statue, or are they literally, at this stage, Phoenicians here that look like this, who are giving wealth or giving money to everybody in way to buy favor? Okay. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I'm just looking at his face, and this one here has got like all like a worm coming out of its mouth, maybe out of its head. Really don't know what's going on with that. Jeez. So yeah, this is the triumph of Soblensky in we conquered over Poland, Lithuania, and the Ukraine. Okay, with Turks, Tartars, and Cossacks, which were obviously mercenaries. There he is there. And I've already posted in my series Greatest Secret Never Told You Find on the Greatest Tartarian channel that this gadget above this is not just to keep the non-existent rain off him, but is a technology. You can see these 2 scepters and all this converging metal. It's not decoration. I really do think that is some sort of technology, as all of this is. But as you can see, it's what they call the Romans, which is Phoenicia, and is some weird personalities going on. We still haven't worked out the double M. I was thinking Medici. M&M is 33. We got that. Masons, no. They called that because he found the masonry, inherited it. We know this. And they went nuts with the inventions for a while. They didn't know what they were fucking doing. Well, they didn't, did they? We know this. Oh, that's interesting. The serpent round there. Serpent bound round there. That's an analogy for the fasces as well. Awesome. So as you can see, there's a lot going on in the past. And it's a mud-flooded world. 1733 is a mud-flooded world. You can see everything is just fucked. But all the antiquitech still in place at this period. And this was one of the atlases where we actually came across antiquitech. Was looking at these skylines, wondering why they were so high, like skyscrapers, and they all had these on top, and they were reaching up into the what we knew was the higher static potential, where you get them arcing out like this one here, St. Elmo's Fire, if you like, or collecting all of that untold potential. There's a crucifixion there going on. So 1733, people are still being crucified. That's a weird one. Look at that tower. That looks like something out of Space 1999. Okay. And that one looks like it's capturing a charge as well. So it's a fantastic little atlas. So I got 1,236 people watching, have I now? Thank you, guys. Please make sure to share this out. There's a lot more to come. I'm going to show you that. Let me just show you this mud flood city that blew everyone's mind. So as you can see, they put the waters around it, charge. I can see that this being good protection from any fascist weapons. And they got the portals as well, the porticles or the arches, which are magnet shaped. They look like an upside down horseshoe magnet, which is very possibly what's going on. But this city here is there in the modern day, and you can visit it, and it is, excuse me, it says there, Kemenic. I can't really pronounce that. But what you find for this one, it is just the best mud flood you will ever see. So apart from it being like the greatest starfort system you can imagine, right? What's happened here is they've dug it out after a mud flood. The plain around it is all this high. And then you get like this big cliff all the way around it. It's the shape of a kidney bean. Okay, the cliffs are there and they're high because you can see this is a tower, and compared to the cliff and this viaduct here, this is 100-foot high cliff. So everything there you can see in that picture is 100 foot below ground level, maybe, because there's towers here, look, and it's that high. Like they did with many cities, they dug it out of the mud after mud flood, and there it is. Starforts, church machines, and this is why you get the amazing, church machines compared to the shitty dwellings that you get in this period made of wood and stuff, because they just knocked them up. Probably stayed in the Starforts until all of this war blew over. So that's one of the best mud flood evidences I've ever seen. No doubt about it. An entire city below ground level that far as well. And these great apocalyptic battles, look, absolutely unbelievable. So like I said, forget the official narrative. I definitely think it's what I'm saying, because all of the main protagonists actually appear in this atlas, weirdly enough. And the narrative for what I'm showing you is there, weirdly enough. And all of these weapons. And I really do think earthquakes as well. I don't think they're natural things. That thing in Turkey, I don't think it's natural at all. I think it might be something to do with tunnels again. I really do. There's a thing called crumping. They did it in World War One. They crump tunnel systems, and they put big thermobaric bombs in them, and they bust tunnel systems. I think they found something. I think something like that. I think they found something in the Iraq War too. I really do. Maybe to what's going on inside Earth, inner Earth. Maybe that, or just more. Because apart from all of what we've learned about history being fake and the globe being fucking stupid and all of the other stuff, okay, that's just another question. What is below our feet? We haven't got the foggiest, have we? But look at this, man, oh man, oh man. And they say we're advanced now. Jeez. That's nice. They put an old church just in there, look, nestled in there. Interesting. I've seen that feature before. So yeah, I will share this with you the moment that I finish the blog, so you can check all of this out for yourself. It is a fantastic little atlas, but we really do need to move on. Okay, we're going to have a little laugh now to break the show up a bit, and I'll come back and give you all the shouts. Hi, Kappa. Hi, Little Wing. Hope you're all enjoying the show so far. We have quite a bit of a way to go because of the nature of Flat Earth British. So 1,200 people watching. Thank you for that. Make sure to share this out if you would, as I said, and get a nice diverse audience over of happy people, all on a high vibrational quality. That makes perfect sense. So what we got here is when Einstein learned to read, okay, because he's in a remedial class, because he's as stupid as fuck. Okay. There he is there. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, G, B, G, I don't know, P. Come on, Albert. You're supposed to be the cleverest man in the world. Okay, I'll try it again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, G, G, K, A, L, N, O, P. There he is there. Einstein, have you got a brain? I don't know. I just put a little. I just put a little. Can you smell it? I can smell it. Can you help me? I put a little. I have no thoughts. I cannot think. I have electric shock treatment, and look what they did to my hair. I don't know what's going on behind him, but fuck me. That just pretty much says it all. Theory of special relativity right there, guys. How are you frightened? Brace yourself. This is why science is smashing it so much. There he is. It's like, do you want to come back to a little party later? Yeah, okay, sounds good. Yeah, there will be girls. There will be cocaine. Oh, yeah, my favorite. Jolly good. Oh, hi, what's your name? I'm Einstein too. Will you be replacing me? Yes, I'll be replacing you as soon as you die. How long will that be? As soon as you leave this conversation. Oh, I've just pooped a little. So, again, a little. I don't think that's Einstein. Where are we going? We're taking you back to Germany. Hitler wants you back. He thinks you're a Jew. I'm a Jew. He thinks you're a Jew, and he wants to say, "Hiya, can you build me a nuclear bomb?" I don't build nuclear bombs. I haven't got any brains. All right, here's my old man, Albert Einstein. He's the cleverest man in the world, so he is. Ain't you, Albert? Yes, I am. Didn't you invent the special relativity thing, eh? Yeah. And you left out the fucking ether, or you had it? Eh? Cool, his wife's a bit butch. Here he is. Just visiting a nice little town. They got a brass band for him because he's basically saved the world basically by giving us a special theory of relativity and special relativity. Thank you, Albert. We are saved with your space time. Thank you. I've utilized it every day in life. Here he is being taken up a lift because he's actually too stupid to actually use the stairs. He can't put one foot in front of the other. They have to do his flies up as well for him. It's like, I live upstairs. We'll take you up in our special Einstein hoist. Yeah. If you're wondering what exactly is going on outside of what I just told you, I think that's exactly what's going on. It's like a Stenner stair lift of the old days. There he is. I'm going back to Germany. I've had enough of America. They don't appreciate me. Don't worry, I'll be back in 2 years. You have an Operation Paperclip. Yes, I'm going to invent stuff for you. I've hair. I look 20 years younger. I look like a French avant-garde. Right, Albert, you fucking spanner. How many times have I told you? Don't talk to the press. They'll work it out. I never talk to them. They're going to work out you're fucking stupid, mate. You better keep your fucking rabbit shut. You get it? Okay. Oh, look, they bought me flowers. What do they think? I'm a little girl? They are. I will pee on them later. You are wife. Here's some flowers for you. Oh, thank you, Albert. It's okay. As you can see, Albert, he's a happy little chappy, completely fucking simple. As you can see, there's no hope for humanity. Right, let's have a look at some awkward album covers. These are some albums that I've collected over time. They have a message in them or not, and they're only rude if you have an imagination. Not all of them are rude. Okay. Music for half-assed friends. That makes sense. Ooh, dinner music. For a pack of hungry cannibals. Ooh, let's have a look what the tracks are. Powerhouse. In the 18th century drawing room. Ooh, fucking, I can imagine. Twilight in Turkey. The Toy Trumper and the Minaret in Jazz. And they're cooking up a woman. Like I said, pretty weird. Pretty weird. This is weird. The Lips family sing He's Coming Again. That's unfortunate that you're called the Lips family, isn't it? I'm just saying. Stuff crust Jesus. Keep feeding my faith, Bobby Vogel. Super stereo. Okay, you can have a garlic crusty surround Jesus too, which is really nice. Holy pizza, and you will not get a heart attack at all. Double pepperami, New York. Touched in that special place. Faith +1. Where was that then? I can't tell you, Martin. Do you reckon this is Wolverine's bastard love child? Wolverine. He reminds me of somebody. Who does he remind you of? It's quite alarming, isn't it? People actually look like that. They seem happy enough, though. But she's obviously not like suited for him because he's scary looking and probably nice. This is a good idea for bra, isn't it? Next time you go to a party, don't wear that, girls. It's carnival. Oh, only Jesus knows where I hid the bodies. And don't worry, Scatter Newton. Your secret is safe with Jesus. He's not a grass. Jesus is not a grass. Yeah. All of those people who you buried and touched up. Okay. Jesus won't mind. He's going to forgive you, Clarence. He's going to say, repent. I forgive you. Don't do it again. And you'll say, I won't do it again. And he'll say, well, you're strangling that fucking cat, you nutcase. And you'll say, I'm not, just holding it in a nice way. Okay. Let there be a lesson there, here, guys. Do what you want. Jesus will forgive you. Fuck it. Ooh. Now, the dog looks cute, although a bit confused by reality. I'm not surprised. And what's wrong with this man? Well, it's potentially got a wig on. It's potentially not a man. And he's got like a stick-on moustache. I don't know whether you can see that. It's a stick-on moustache. It's really weird. Stick-on moustache. Okay. Gunther and the Sunshine Girls. Oh, a chicken ate Dave's foot. Have you seen this? Yeah, Dave was going to have it all. But then the chicken came and it ate his foot. This can happen. This can happen. A chicken can just come and fuck your foot up. Koala bears too. No, koala bear wouldn't eat your foot. No, that's just stupid. I've heard of crabs, but this is ridiculous. Swampland jewels. What have you seen that coming down the street? Or even if you were in a swimming pool. Well, there's a cheeky little clam there with little cheeky eyes. Okay. Stop. That's nice. Let's move on. Oh, the weird world of Blowfly. Check out Blowfly. He's like a superhero. His underpants are definitely a little bit too tight there. And he's choking a chicken. I don't know if they know what choke a chicken means in Blowfly, Blowfly world. But Blowfly's pretty bad as well, isn't it? Just see. Oh, come on, fellas. Eventually, when you reach my age, this will happen to you eventually. Yeah. One of them will fucking turn and get out of a voodoo doll. I'm telling you now, it comes to us all. It comes to us all. Martin, fucking bastard. And I'm like, my leg, bitch, my leg. Oh, my head. Mouth sounds. Practice this, okay? And we'll get a long way in reality. This is one of these symposiums where, you know, like you get one of those internet gurus telling you, this is a new amazing thing that you should do. And I bill you for it. Mouth sounds. How to whistle, pop, pop, click, honk, honk. Your way to social success. A practitioner's manual. More than 70 noises to make with your mouth. I did that by blowing on the back of my hand. Music to lure pigeons. The night pastor and 7 friends. Why would you want to lure a pigeon? If you're nice, they land on you anyway, I find. Oh, where will I shelter my sheep? The gospel web singers. I'll look after them. I'm Welsh. No harm will come to your sheep. Don't worry. Wild thing. Old lady, check these hairdos out. Yeah. I tell you what, things were really sexy in the past, wasn't they? No. No, don't be scared by Hino. Okay. Lieb Mutter. Okay, so that's somebody's mother there. Okay, Mutter. Who does she remind you of? She looks like the keyboard player out of the Doors, doesn't she? Ray Mancini. Why is she looking at me like that? Oh, fucking hell, that's scary. Okay, something special for you all. Okay. What happened? Don't tell me. As long as you remember, if you're ever touching yourself, which hand to use. I wouldn't advise using that one. Things could get really nasty. Yeah, I know, Matt. Thought that like that the other night. Yeah, I'm not surprised. What happened? War? No, an unfortunate zip accident, wasn't it? Oh, look at this. I don't like me either. No, we don't like you. If anyone is planning to murder the Go Compare man, okay, don't. He's Welsh. Okay, consider your actions later on in life karmically. Please, nobody kill the Go Compare man yet. Okay. When all of the trials start up, the Nuremberg trials, and we'll be holding them all accountable. I'm into something good. Therapy. What's that then, mate? I'm guessing her mother didn't show her how to do makeup. Okay, no. Anyway, more amusing things later. We got to move on. History. Okay. I'm going to come back for a minute. Because I don't even know if there's anyone there. Yeah, there's 1,100 people watching. And New Zealand person there, G. Give me a little super. Much love. Thanks for that. I'm going to give you a few shouts. I'm going to dive straight back into the juice because there's so much of it. It's hard to even imagine. Wild wig thing. I thought their bouffants were really nice. Imagine the hair lacquer that went into that and the effort. Yes, I know, Lee. I can sense you, bro. I can sense you, Flat Earth British. And why are you doing up so late on a Flaterday night? We are so blessed. Hi, D'Angelo. Flat Thumb Beach. Flat Thumb Beach, somewhere in time, in Aurora. London man, I love you. You're brilliant. I'm going to have a show and you're all coming over one day soon. I mean, OTW, Z, London man, and all the gang are coming over onto Flat Earth British. I think I'll organise that maybe sometime this week. That would be really epic. Watery, Max, and Hippie Shake. Who's talking to Lizzo? S. Lee, Mac Trump, Carrie's in the house. 16 Alpha V. Good to see you. Alpha Billy, Fat Fumage. Capilocious, Fat Fumage. Olo, Fat Fumage. Lee, I'm here. Vibes, Wick News. Underman again. Olo, dense forms of light. Okay, I know there's a lot of information in short periods of time, but we have got a lot more to get through. Okay, guys, so buckle in. Make sure to share this out if you would. Let's get like the biggest Flat Earth British live show that we've had yet. So we've got to get up to 1,500. Make sure to share. Marcel, Misty World, Lisa. Well, what bit was you laughing at, Lisa? Oh, it wasn't a dirty bit. Sexual therapy, says Dialon. How very dare you? Okay. Mac Trump, I love me. We love Mac Trump's dog, which is called Fender. Oh, yes, I know all your dogs' names and your cats. There's Dave Wafflehouse, my broski. Little wing, turn me on for Dave Broski, Bugman. Right, let's get back into the juice because this is going to be a wong. I just accidentally hit on my bullshit. Okay, let's get back into it. Now, we're going to look at some more history stuff. Really cool, all of this, guys, as I'm sure you're going to say. And let's get you stuck in because there's so much of it. Okay, Singer building. I was going to cover this last week. It was the biggest building in the world. It's a right freak, this one. So, okay, there it is, covered in stuff. So, It's in New York City, obviously, and at one time it was the highest building in the world, something to do with singers and the sound, singing and sewing machines and what have you. So yeah, it was built in sorry. It was built I lost it. Anyway, it was demolished in 1967 and it was built in 1908. So it wasn't even there for like 50 years. But it is an impressive landing platform. I want to see the interior. Check this out. Isn't it crazy how these buildings, they knock them down when they're this decorated? Look at that for a door. 149. So that was the door going in. Charabanowski's. And I wonder what that is. That's spooky. It's the usual 10 to 4. I know all clocks are set at 10 past 2. But we predominantly see clocks just coming up to 4 in old antiquity, which at first I thought it's all set up. Everything's a lie. You know, everything's just fucking bullshit because of the clocks. It's just, but it's uncanny how they will all be at that same time. I apart from the fruits and all of that going on, I'm looking at this railing. All of that effort. Unbelievable. And they just leave it up for, 50 years. Look at the lamp outside, guys. That has to be some sort of free energy device. Look at that. And a wire coming off here. And there. Well, how fantastic is that? So as you can see, it was high luxury. And inside as well. Right, what is that? So, okay, it's the singer emblem. So I'm guessing it's intertwining S's, like the SS. Oh, they have all vaulting technology. So I used to think that, I got a thing where these fancy ceilings with these vaultings in them are some sort of teleportation tech in the past, and they're just repurposing them. It's funny how that's got that, and they're in Indian temples, and this is in New York City. Okay, more cluage, maybe rope, boat, and a cross. Still fully Phoenician coded because we can see the Roman bar thing and the locking mechanism thing we always see with Phoenicians. Okay. So massive doors and what looks like Mudflood windows. Stinking building. And the rest is all like... And they got all that going on inside. This is when it's wrecked by the look of it. Marble. Makes zero sense why they knock... Well, it does. I know why they're knocking them down. It's the old world, isn't it? Look at the size of that thing. And these landing platforms, because they jolly well look like, don't they? They look like landing platforms, don't they? So, that's a really good picture. And you got one at each side as well. So imagine the view up there then when you stepped out on there. Jeez. So yeah, 1967 demolished, year I was born, excuse me. And was the biggest building in the world for a little while. New York City. So one thing I find fascinating, this is a demolition of a building in 1900 in Star Theatre in New York City. Is there was no room for a wrecking ball. So what they had to do was they had to take it down one red brick at a time. But what they did is they did it using motion cameras and capturing the whole thing over how long it takes? Weeks. So what you see here is 1902, and there it is. It's a red bricker, like so many buildings, like the skyscraper we just seen. So this is how they do it. Time lapse. That's what I was trying to think of. So one brick at a time, roofs off first, hit the brick out. And I guess in the bricks all go away there. You can just about see horses coming out of there. Yeah. But they're taking away the rubble. So why would they have knocked that down? Looks all right to me. And how are they doing that in that era? Time lapse is beyond me. because people say about all of the motion issue with 1900s photography, they got to sit quiet, haven't they? It's like, well, I don't think so, because they got motion, you know, they got like time-lapse photography in like 1900. There it is. And leave a nice empty lot for some sort of skyscraper to go up a little bit later. Holy smokes indeed, Carolina. It's just mad. And this one was a mud flood because you get to see the basement as well. They go right down. It goes right down. So that's what they did with so much of antiquity in America. The cities, like I seen another city that got destroyed this morning called New Westminster. And it was a city that just looks like Boston or San Francisco, like Hiroshima. I mean, God, you can see it's going down. It's down below ground level. It's like a Mudflood cellar thing going on. 1902. And they're doing time-lapse photography. I will link that up later. This is good. Sofia in Bulgaria. The capital of Bulgaria, Sofia, right? It's mind-blowing in so many reasons. And I will tell you why. Now, what I've discovered. Again, with this church, it looks Byzantine, okay? Or it looks like it belongs in Istanbul. And the flavor you get for this city is not exactly German, more towards the Moorish, okay, for Bulgaria. And what you get is they got these fantastic, it's like a capital city, but there's something missing, apart from the shitload of people missing. You'll see now, I'll just show you. So this has just been built, has it? It's a bit like the photographs of the expositions being built, isn't it? The thing's there already, and all you see is the roof going on. And it's the same for the White House. Is the roof going on? You don't see, you know, the Capitol building. Roof's going on. The superstructure itself is there. But again, it's built in white stone, isn't it? And who even knows if they're not building, you know, I would go as far as this at this period. I would as a history detective, I bet certain buildings in antiquity, because they say they put volcanic ash in Roman mortar, and look at the name, mortar, mort, dead. Why the fuck would they have the word dead in mortar, guys? Mortar. The word mortar is mort, dead, tar. A Tartar. Mortar is dead Tartar. They're just telling you. And I really do think if we was to analyze some of the mortar in antiquity, I feel that we would find human DNA in it. I really do. I think that's what they would do. They would do that. But look at this place. It's only dotted around, but they got some high technological stuff going on. Look at that. So you get that Moorish feel. And I haven't been to Bulgaria. Look at this. That's the opera house I'm feeling. But you got the Phoenician thing going on there. Twin Towers. Bit of Rome, if you like. But nice, tidy infrastructure. Not many people around. Nice cobbles. Nice white stone buildings. Not very high. Not very big for a capital building. But a lot of palatial palaces with what looks like a whitewashed background on that, hiding some sort of tech with the vanilla skies. And some Phoenician bullshitters from World War I, apparently. The Austro-Hungarian Empire were our enemies in World War I, along with the Turks and the Germans, as you know, because of Franz fucking Ferdinand getting killed in Sarajevo. 2 weeks later, the whole world kicks off. Germans declare war on Russia. And then a short time later, what the hell is that? And then a short time later, they invade Belgium. The Germans invade Belgium. And so a couple of tens of millions of people have to be killed because of one heir to the Hungaro-Austrian Empire. It makes no fucking sense. Look at this. There is wires coming off it. Not too many people around, but nice big stone structures. Really nice. Nice casino. Oh no, casino offices, just offices. But Mudflood, all the way up there. It's like the mud has come down here. It's cut all these windows in half. But beautiful building. You're going to see them everywhere in antiquity, aren't you? Okay. Well, they got the electric tram, as you can see. And these for the electric trams. Nice bit of antiquity, not massive architecture, quite pretty. And quite a good infrastructure and tidy buildings. You see these? Is that just air for your loft? Or is there something else going on with the old technologies? That looks like the top of a building. Bit of maybe a Coptic feel to it. I'm not sure, but definitely not the white Christian feel. That one, Russian Orthodox type looking. Yeah, it is Russian church. I wonder what that is. Okay, so we've got plenty of sky wires going on here. Electric bulbs, not waterproof, are they? Doesn't it rain in Bulgaria? Okay. I'm guessing that's the Russian consulate. You get consulates in capital cities, they're all mud flooded. Oh, all you get in Europe, man. When I went to the Czech Republic, all the buildings still had antiquity, man. You could just sense it, and all the churches were singing to one another. Oh, it's a bit more muddy and messed up out here, though. And this tech is still just there, really. I really do think it's going to go active again. I think, do you know that? I don't know if any of you in Britain seen the front page of the press today. Yeah, did you see the front page of the Sun today? Scientists say the sun is falling to pieces and we're all going to die. It's like, okay, now you're the same ones that said there was pylons on the moon, aren't you, the Sun? So we can't really go with that. But I'm just saying that they're predictively programming the spongies, which is what I'm going to call them, the spongies, into the event that is surely upon us, which is 100% to do with the climate, the weather, and it's not what they say, climate change. This is a cyclical thing that they're fucking marketing, and we know it. And it's out of their control. They have no power over nature. Nature can do what it wants with all of us. It can wipe us out in one fell swoop if we don't start respecting it. Phew, fucking hell. These buildings of this day, they complement the streets. They don't have it, anything obscuring. And I can see how the town planners, mind it out. And compared to the town planners of today must have literally no head at all. Their head is up their bum. I don't know what's going on. They're just too stupid for words. You got some good telegraph poles, better than you get in America. They're all wonky at that time. Look at that. What's all that on there? A few fallen out, maybe tiles. Wow. Looks like that because it's on a corner as well, so it's got to be something to do with circuit board cities. All of these buildings and the centres, or some much in suburbia, but the centre bits are definitely part of it. Oh, we got the old Adeline here going on, guys. So, never been to Sofia, as I said. I'd like to. That'd be lovely. But Bucharest, I would like to go to. I would like to do more of Prague and Bucharest, definitely. It's just such a beautiful place. All them bridges, all that Tartarian stuff going on. Oh, in my little element, I'd be. Everything is Alexandra. And if you watch my last post with Jordan, he was saying Alexandra was a Hermaphrodite. Got a Dickie and a Fanny for some reason. Ooh, that looks a bit messed up outside that building there, the hospital. And that is a hospital there. Again, for the old Alexandria. I'm guessing that's Princess Alexandra, who is Russian because Bulgarian were Russian sympathizers and ended up a communist country for most of the Cold War. They had a little rebellion, though, didn't they? So when I was a little kid, I used to be on a ship called the Lady Sophia. She was a beautiful ship. Look at this. So the stargazers too. They got a nice little observatory going on there. So they don't say what happened to that, and I don't actually speak Bulgarian, but it looks like it's been melted. They do have earthquakes in Bulgaria, but that doesn't look like what's happened there. There's grass grown over, so I'm guessing whatever it was happened a time ago, and they've just left all of this plantage grow over it. But it really does look like it's been melted. shattered and just left. It's not really looking like it'd been on fire because the roof is still in place and the roof would surely go. So it's not that. What do you think happened to that one then? It really does look like the corner's been melted off, doesn't it? It does to me. So pyramids, mausoleums for the dead, dotted around Phoenician stuff. What's the date on that one? 1885. Commemorate some bullshit war. So yeah, the structure of Europe completely changed in the 1800s. You know, we didn't even have a Germany till 1871. You know, these were all independent countries, Saxony and Bulgaria. Bulgaria, listen to me. Excuse me. And all of these small German states all made one big country, and that's where the danger came then with British Empire. It's like, fucking hell, Germany just got a lot bigger, didn't they? And they buddied up with the Turks, and they buddied up with the Hungarians, and the Bulgarians, and the Austrians. Fucking hell. Look at all this shit ton of mud outside here, guys. It's weird how that beautiful building's just in mud, isn't it? So, yeah, Bulgaria is an interesting place. My mother went there on holiday. She went to Sandy Beach. She said, God, it was fucking terrible. My mother's a typical British woman, you know, so she would be like, oh, the fucking food was terrible, Martin. Oh, fucking hell. And they're all gangsters. They all rip you off. They all want to get your money off you. So is the way of Bulgaria. I said, so was the way of all Eastern Europe back then. Everything was corrupt. And now Britain's caught them up. Britain's like the most skankiest place, worse than like Turkey. Well, not really. Turkey and Australia put together. Now, I'm not sure if you knew about this. This is interesting. I'll link it up with you. I can't watch any of it, not much of it, because it's possibly copyrighted. I can't really tell. The identifier there, Jones something or other, so maybe. You know the Sky Train in Germany that we've seen many times? Did you know Liverpool had one? Yeah, it had one, and they knocked it all down. They had a stunning overhead sky train thing going on, and some historians been looking into it here, and it went all the way past. There it is. So just like the German one, only on top of, like they get in Philadelphia and are on top of legs and stuff. There it is. Only in animation can you see it now. Liverpool's overhead railway. So why the fuck? 1956. It ran from 1893 to 1956, and they got rid of it, and it was up in the air. And I got to be honest, you know, it makes Liverpool look more fantastic, you know, instead of like the start of Brookside, you know. So it went all the way along past the Liver building, which is like really fantastic Tartarian stuff in Liverpool, let's be honest. And there it was in the 50s. They had a station up in the air. And there's a little bit of footage of it, which is really cool, I think. So, yeah, it's maybe not unusual for some of you people in America, but I assure you, you know, I can't think of anywhere else that got these sky trains in Britain. This is like a few places in London, but not on these stilts and stuff. Oh, there you are. Sky trains, I think they were definitely a thing. I just think they dropped you outside your window in your street, as I have proposed before in the age of Tartaria. So I'll link that up. That's a good little video I dug up. The Liverpool Overhead Railway, and it's on Internet Archives. So cool. So this film got linked to me. Watch this. I think it was in my comments. Happiness, 1935. So it's a Soviet film, right? And it's a comedy. I shit you not. It was brilliant. It blew my head off. I'm not even joking. It's full of weird stuff. I will link it as soon as this movie, this feed ends. India. I don't know whether you know Holistic Media India, but Zach Larissa, who is Good Times for All, gave you a lovely shout last night on Iron Raw Media, and thanked you for all what you do for all of the community, rushing round and doing stuff for all different channels, and spreading the love and making everything bigger and better. So is the nature of True Files. So we do thank you for that. So yeah, the story is amazing, right? Is this guy? He's a complete fuck up. He gets all different jobs. His wife's bigger than him, and she beats him up a bit. He's only a little fella. And then basically he goes off to different jobs and he messes everything up, right? But there's some weird stuff. The enemy turns up, the Prussians, the Germans, in this later on. And you want to see how they show them. But there's a weird bit here where he was going to kill himself and he hadn't asked permission. And they sent in the church to sort of sort him out. This is in 1930 Soviet Russia. Check this out, right? So it's absolutely party. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I literally watched every second with fascination. It was like, what the fucking hell is going on here? Now check out these nuns, right? Yeah. And these weird priesty people. Okay. So he's like, they're going to nick his food. Yeah. So this is the Orthodox. Okay. The Russian Orthodox. So check this out. So, there is him and his wife. Don't ask. Don't ask. So hang on a minute. 1930s, right? Soviet film, and the nuns got like see-through tops on and a topless. Not only that, look at him. He's like, checking them out. They are see-through all the way down. That's really naughty. Look at him. He's having a right little look. I can see it all. So that was weird. So basically, they steal all their food that they've been, because that's the way of, they give him a little bit of money, but they take it off him in taxes. But he's got this spotty mule who drives him absolutely nuts. Oh, and a lovely little dog. I forgot about that. But later on, the Germans come. He doesn't ask permission to kill himself, unfortunately. But later on, that was weird. He ends up a water guy selling water, but he's completely, like I said, a fuck up. But yeah, the Germans come in are absolutely nuts. They got like these. Check them out. Tell me that's not trippy. I know. It's a maddest film, guys. I'll link it up. Check it out. It's only an hour long, but it was really amazing. And if you're into this sort of field, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. It was just nuts. And not just the topless nuns. Obviously, there's more to life than just topless nuns. The Romanovs, while we're on the Russian subject, they had a monarchy for 400 years. Wow, jury rigged. Good job. I see this content and think history repeats. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I can help. So we've got the coronation of 400 years of Romanovs. So they've been in, this was in 1890s. And it's basically for 400 years. So what? The Romanovs have been in power in Russia since apparently around the 1500s, they say. Okay. So it's what it looks like is the people don't actually give a shit. But there's the Kremlin. Beautiful, beautiful technologies going on there. And here they are. This is why everyone has to die and has to work. Is for these lot here. And they are a load of elites, royals. They call themselves royals. He's weird one right in the middle, isn't he? With his beard. And he's completely in the middle. I'm guessing he's dad. He's Godfather. I reckon he's the boss. Yeah. Who you go and want your horse's head put in your director's bed sort of thing, that guy. Because he's right in the middle, like boss. I don't see in any Nicholas here or Alexandra. So there they are. Oh, there's Nicholas. Maybe. Don't really look like him, though. Well, we got some two royals and everyone else just sucking up or just staring at them. So getting ready for the procession. 400 years. Well, you won't be lasting too much longer because come 1915, 16, your game's up. And here are some Cossacks with their swords ready to go into action. Should have guns by that era. Don't know why they're just sitting in shit, is what I'm wondering. Look at it. Could you have found a better photographic area for the monks and the Cossacks? Standing all bricks and crap. It's weird, isn't it? And what's it from? Are they illegal dumping rubbish in Russia in the past? Probably. All right, let's have a look at these. This rowdy rabble. Okay, let's have a look at them. So it's funny how the Russians are, Caucasian, and they, you know, they got like the biggest country in the world, and they look pretty similar to all the other white people in this country. You know, if you just put like baseball caps on them and fucking tracksuits, you know, you wouldn't tell them apart. Put like American Civil War uniforms on these, you wouldn't tell them apart. It's just you wouldn't. So yeah, I bet that was a brilliant day. It just don't look like the people give a shit, because it was let them eat grass, wasn't it? Yo, here's a Tsarina. Here's a Tsarina. So a lot of trumpet blowing and saluting and shut the fuck up. She'll have us all killed. Don't mention Rasputin. Don't. She heard you. She fucking heard you. You said that. No, I never. That'll be your death. So the golden carriages cost the blood of 40,000 slaves. You've got to have a golden coach if you're a royal. Everyone else can just fuck off. You can all watch like good little citizens while we go past in our royal glass carriage. Crystal glass, I should imagine. And they have that ermine, don't they? That fur ermine around them. I noticed Emily VIII had it, and she's got it on, and she's a Russian. But they're all related to Queen Victoria anyway. They're all a big family, aren't they? So there's the next load coming past. Okay, well, we've got a lot of... There he is. There's Nicholas. He's looking funky. He's got the Orthodox with him. He's got that thing over him like the Polish guy in the lead atlas. Oh, no, it's a canopy. It goes all the way to the building, maybe. So he doesn't have to get any sun on him. So a bit of singing. There's only mud there, but I'm guessing it's like Horse Guards Parade and an exhibition ground. That looks like a ship. That building looks like a ship. That is beautiful. Wow, look at that. It's a dead posh, a lot of the Russians, aren't they? They got like a hierarchy going on of elites. That looks like them windows are really low. Like really low. So very nice in Moscow. A lot of resonators up there. Look at all of that. How many they got on the roof there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You sure that's just for lightning? Wow. Look at that. Overkill on the resonators. Wow, that's the most I've seen. That's amazing. And that's like inside. Again with the M. Again with the double M. And that's not even House of Romanov, is it? Is that an M or a H? That's a H. I'm not sure, but these remind me of the Masonic pillars. Jogging and Bois either side, isn't it? Is that the thing going on? So they're going to do all this in Britain. Oh, no, it is that canopy that they're carrying over him, like Zelensky, the Polish emperor guy. Yeah. In the lead vanguard that I just showed you. So, yeah, we got in Britain. Yeah, they're going to do the coronation of King Charles, because he's not king just yet. Got to stick the crown on his head and thing. Okay. Boner Flaterday. Let's get into some images. Ooh. So it's 10 o'clock. I've been going for 2 hours. Did not go quick, guys. I know. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Lisa. I'm going to come back and give you all a shout very shortly, but I've got to get through some of this. Actually, just pause that and come back for a little minute or two, because I don't know what's going on. Still 1,100 people watching. Thank you for the super lovely people. Let's just give you a few shouts. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. Right. Ooh. So I did a community post yesterday or the day before concerning beach glass, something I collect. And I'm wondering where all that beach glass comes from, because I can't imagine all them bottles being chucked from ships. And some people are telling me that they've been on beaches, just all glass. It got to be from a reset, all this glass, or even they cracked the dome sort of thing, and it's like all multicolours. How would you even know what colours the dome was? It's not necessarily green. Also, Didactic is in the house. Hi, Campbell. Hi, Gregory, Carolina. Ed is in the house. Flat for Midge Ed. Okay. God, we got plenty more to go, guys. Plenty more juice to go. Please make sure to share this out. If I got any more time, I was going to show you some rare photographs that I've never seen before concerning the Tunguska event, and some big questions with them, actually. If I get enough time, I'm going to try and show you them today as well. So Capalocious is in the house. Cold Steel, good to see you. So somebody said also in my comments, which I thought was interesting, that they remember floating down the stairs when they were a kid. I can remember doing that. And I'm not sure if I was dreaming or I could really float down the stairs, because I can remember floating down the stairs. So how many of you can remember floating down the stairs, pray tell? Because that's weird. When she said it, I was like, fuck yeah. Yeah, I did that. I did that. I don't know. So we're going to get back into the juice. There you are. Worldwide Ghosts, Michael Lloyd. Buckle in. We got quite a bit of a way to go, and there's some fantastic stuff to behold. Everything will be linked up that you witness. Crafty Kim, Pamela, Mark. Okay, let me move down because they're all news. There's Romanian Bear, excuse me. Dila, Julie, and JDM, Moon Age Daydream. Don't freak out. Freak out in a new age daydream. Oh, yeah. Okay. David Bowie. What a tosser. Okay. No, I mean it. I really think he's a tosser. I think he's still alive. Probably. Okay, Happiness. That was a good film. Right, we're going to look into some more images. These are collected images from the week. Some will be amusing. Hopefully not too rude. Okay. So, Phoenicians flying overhead, or this Passover affair that happens, are depicted in numerous artworks of these, whatever they are, flying over. And you get loads of images of some of these, like looking like demons, if you like, or evil angels, if you like. And they just fly over, and a whole lot of shit is happening on the surface of Earth. You ever seen the film Bird Box with Sandra Got Bollocks? Yeah, just like that. I think it will be somewhere along them lines. You wouldn't be able to look at them. You burn your eyes out. That's why so many blind people in some of these images. If you remember a post that I put up, blind and deafened people in Siberian reset area, if you like, from these terrible weapons, if you like, from the Phoenicians. Another thing they used to have in the past, I had a little go of sword fencing myself with human bones. Me and my friend Mel found in cemetery. It was a good laugh. Is clubs, human bone clubs. Would you have one? If it was, would you think that bone would bring you bad luck? Your bone club. Would you think that it would be a cursed object? See, I think I would have that. I think I would have that buzz going on. And I don't think it would even go if I burnt it or something. It'd be like, oh, I'm just fucking haunted by this fucking stick now. So another thing Jordan brought up was caduceus and hermeticism and hermetic arts. And you find that Baphomet has got one. You find Jesus has got one as well. He got two children or two people either side of the cemetery, and absolutely everything is exhibiting hermetics in both Christian faith and the flip side of the coin, the Baphometics. Weird, eh? So, God, yeah, God, from the day the earth stood still, you can only talk to him using a torch anyway. God, yeah, his movie career took off big time, yeah. This is what happens if you become a robot. I was thinking of actually identifying as a robot. Then you can't hit me up with your troubles, yeah, because I'm a robot, yeah. And these are human issues, and I'm a robot. So yeah, God, he's getting touched up by two women, yeah. And it's not, he didn't even sell his soul to the devil. He's just a robot, sexy robot, guys, yeah. Okay, this is the shittiest band ever. No, I don't think they're very good, the Grateful Dead. They're boring as asses. They're really boring. They just go on and on and on and on. Not my cup of tea at all. If it was a better band, brilliant. But they had the wall of sound. And they had the idea is if you just connect up everybody's stereo speakers from the streets around where you live, Now, these are massive ones, aren't they? You get a really clear, loud sound, which they did. So, shame they weren't a better band. I'm not sure if that is even publishable for YouTube. I thought it was an interesting photograph. It's too late now, guys. It's too late now. Right, some more surreal art. I'm not sure what's going on with this. It's weirdly interpreted. I guess it looks a bit like I'm getting the old Lilith in the garden buzz. But interdimensional. Who gives a fucks? Bring it interdimensional. Shiny teeth ones. We don't even care. Okay, if the best you can do is Madonna, we're not worried that much. Yeah. So these are the sirens. They just loll around all day thinking about men, and they don't see many because where they are, there aren't any. What you want to do is, if you find out where all of them are, yeah, tell me. I'm a mate. So, oh fucking hell, here we go. Crucifixion, one each. Okay, so they I'm guessing this is not Jesus because he's not naked, but they are crucifying people. How do you die with crucifixion? No, you don't bleed to death. That's stupid. No, what you do is you asphyxiate because you have your arms. They break your legs, which are not showing in any of these, and they lift your arms above so you cannot draw breath and you suffocate slowly. So that is the method of death with crucifixion, is suffocation. Believe it or not, that's how they do it. So the Inquisition, okay, not only the Spanish Inquisition, we had Inquisitions in Britain, days of the Puritans, etc. And that is basically, have you ever gone to a communist meeting, or are you a member of any right-wing group? And so they basically make you wear a dunce's hat, so instantly they are, dehumanizing you, and then they start saying shit at you. Okay. So I can't see me getting on with I can see me getting lasting seconds with the Inquisition. I really could. I would just say, could you say that again? Sorry, I can't understand a word you're saying, or other stuff to do with their heads in, like, mate, your breath really fucking stinks, even from over here, and stuff like that. It's like, mate, have you washed lately? So let's have a look at antiquity. Okay, it looks a friendly affair. Okay, so what we get is a lot of massacres of populations in antiquity. Okay, that looks pretty gnarly, a bit like a gory or horror film. Oh, what a waste, isn't it? That's what a waste, isn't it? Whatever. So here is a horny lady, a lady with horns. I think that's why they're wearing them hat things. But she has got wings as well. She's probably a demon. She's measuring his nose. He sold his soul for a nose job. Women do that in the modern day. Yes, I sold my soul to Satan for some Botox and a nose job. Right, this is all the clues going. This is eagle wings open, plasma reset, serpents wrapped around a central column is fasces, and I'm not sure what's happening with the old dead dude. He obviously looks like he's been brought back from the dead or some such nonsense. Okay. So don't forget to die. Good advice. Once or twice, they don't say. So let's have a look, right? You're having a dream, and this is in the dream. Would you go up the stairs? No, would you fuck? You fuck run the other way. And what about this? Not the bird in all of gorgeous clothing. That is really, really nice, though, by the way. Is ping, you get a bead of light exploding in your room. Looks like a firework or something. And then there's a visitation from an angel or a Jesus from a portal from another dimension and has a word with you. You tell people about it, but they won't believe you. And they think you're nuts and they want to section you for hearing voices. This guy says that he sees like a vision of an angel in his bedroom, said stuff to him and stuff. So she's getting it. And this is how they appeal. Like, this guy's unfortunate. He's dripping blood. But that would be the acid she's taken by the look of her. Okay. Look at all of that caper. Wow. Well, the flower petals makes it all more palatable, doesn't it? Okay, more of the Phoenicians nonsense going on. And these ones are in the water on their mermaid buzz. Somebody else dead there, been lifted up by Cherubanuskis. There's Britannia, Phoenician belt on, and the trident. Here we've got the laurel leaf. We're bringing it to give somebody else power over everybody else in the slave kingdom. I posted this week. It's in the Klondike Yukon Trail, and apparently these children are taking rocks out of a lake. There's an incredibly scary beast in the background, but that is the reincarnation, if not actual Greta Thunberg. She went into the woods and slipped into a portal and came out into New York 2020, whenever she shit out of nowhere. Okay. So I think this is it. Pretty accurate to me. Some sort of vessel, possibly a boat, an ark, as in anarchy, an ark key, a key to get us out of the ark. Okay, so there we are, Terra. Okay, and then we got these stilts as well, these legs, God's footstool. Okay, and below them, Inferno, or the Shoal in other maps. And then above us, you got ocean, and then you got the firmament with the stars in it, which could be mirrors reflecting the sunlight, maybe, and then they're projecting in the physical 3D U, if you like, and each one of us got a star, like a projector. Each star is a projector. Okay, and then above the dome, which you see here, is the ocean, which is the Tartarian Ocean, and above the Tartarian Ocean is another land, Monte di Dio. It's the Mr. Del Monte. He say yes. So I definitely 100% think there's an ocean above us. Okay. This guy is his first day on the job. Here's two immigrants. Oh, they're not. They're from Ukraine. Let's not be unkind about anybody. Their first day on the job, laying bricks. They're smashing it. I think the clerk of the works would probably literally shit himself if he's seen that. That is the worst ever. But they're probably going to get paid by the meter anyway, and they're not really giving a fuck. So, can anybody spot the danger in this? Probably asking yourself why he did it. I don't know. People do the stupidest shit. It's probably a right nutter. So somebody said that this was in my comments when I posted it on my community page, that it was an AI thing. It's not. It was in Hungary years ago, apparently. And somebody have seen it. Somebody's mentioned it in my comments as well. So it was just not actually probably a car as such, just to make it look like. Or is this the case? All of these things we see, like the buildings for giants, the buildings, the trains, the buses, of the stuff that I will show you now, are literally from giants. And when we re-inherited this place, or the new arrivals, this stuff was just all hanging around, and they just put it all on exhibition. So they populated America with 300 million people, right? All came from the old world. They all came in for a time, though. So it took 20 million years to populate America. But this is the narrative. This is Ellis Island. And here's a family fondly looking on at New York City. Something's wrong with the sky on there. And thinking, oh, jolly good to get there and do stuff, whatever they'll do later. So that don't fit the old narrative for Ellis Island. That many people. So that insane big camera there you see in many images, okay, was it actually the camera for a giant and they're just telling us and driving around and taking a piss? Who even knows? Tricycle. Why would you even build a tricycle too big for people? But I tell you what could fit on it. A giant could fit on it. No problemo whatsoever. So is it like literally we've left all this stuff behind, and then these people are just the Victorians, whoever, just using this stuff. That's a nice little American town in Far East, but it's a lovely little shot. It's ultra clear. It doesn't show you much, but I really like this shot. It's romantic. It's got flavor. Look, how old that is. It's got a portal window. It's all dirty. Staircase going up there. Right, what's happening in the cafe? Fish. What's that? I'm not sure. It's a bit obscured. But a nice little block of buildings in America land. I was thinking, do you know, these are like really, you know, basically they got no windscreen in this bus, right? From it's going to Oxford Circus, the Hammersmith to Oxford Circus bus. Right. Firstly, what's it running on? Well, that looks like it might be a car battery. Okay. Well, there's the driving mechanism. There was a bike chain or a chain. So what? The engine is under there, is it? And the drive shaft under there. All right, we'll say that. So they're on top of the engine. They haven't got a windscreen, so they don't want to be pulling their brakes or anything. And them as well, they would easily get killed if anything went wrong. And not only that, with all the weight of them lot on there, isn't it top heavy? Wouldn't the whole thing just tip over on going around a corner? And it'd be bumpy because these are solid tires. They don't even have tires on them. That sign looks like it's added. I'm not even sure about that image. Anyway, weird. Ooh, this is a nice little American garage. Let's have a look. Effie, Flat Earth Mackenzie. Okay, diamond tires. What's he selling? Tubes. Fuel for life. Fuel for... Oh, I don't know what that is. Life. Good, good. Oh, vulcanizing. Well, they were doing vulcanizing in the 30s. I didn't know that. Fabric. What would they use fabric for, guys? Interiors of chairs and stuff. That'd be nice. Cords. What would they do with cords? I do not know. Okay. And they got auto repairs in that. And it's a shit ton of sky wires going on there. And this looks like it's a backwater. I don't even know. Interesting. Nevertheless. Vulcanizing. Didn't even know. So the Persians are mad on colour. They got some of the most beautiful buildings. And this chick is not looking very Persian, but who knows? And she's got the colours. It's like taking acid without taking acid. It's brilliant. Look at that. It's like a bag of fruit pastels. So here's Bosch gone nuts again with his apocalyptic theme of judgment. But what they do show you is stuff flying out of the sky, blowing trumpets, making sound, you know, like the tribulation, the trumpets. And it's the Phonies, isn't it? They got wings, they fly. And they got a really bright light. You can't look at them like this chick here. She's like, you know, she's doing the flyover, the Passover, feast of the Passover. And she's like, fuck me, I can't look at you. My eyes are burning out, man. I can see all the monsters and shit. Yeah. Because she just watched that film, Bird Box. Not so sure about this little woman. She looks like she might be a fairy rather than an angel. She's got an aura of rainbow. And some communication going on with the naked angel. It's terrible, isn't it? Things are going on. I remember reading in the book of, what was it I was covering? Oh, yeah. Lot. Yeah. He basically saved an angel from getting raped in Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm like, don't angels have superpowers? Yeah, that they could just zap them or something. Apparently not. Apparently not on the earthly plane. And that would have been really bad. That would have upset the whole of heaven forever if that had gone down. So he saved him, and they said, because of that, actually, I'm going to tip you off. God, who's a bit of a psycho, is going to zap this place. You know, if God was watching that Grammy Awards the other day, it would get us all killed. Good job there's a few goodies here, because otherwise that's just bad shit. And there's like beamed out 200 million tellies that are watching it. There they are. He's got that resetting ball up there, look. He's going, how? And he plays like, not basically like temping bowling. Only it kills everybody. And then they all just burst out of the sky, which is water. So it's not wings, it's fins, really, isn't it? And then they just land in the sea. And then they colonize the sea. The sky peoples. So I think they went nuts on the DNA things. This is like, you know, maybe the Krishna thing was that as well, with splicing. I think they definitely took bits of animal, put us all together with bits of everything they found in this plane. This with a mishmash. But they did this sort of thing, which I've shown many times. Now, if you've got 2, for 6 butt cheeks, yeah, that's messy. You've got to wipe your bum 3 times as well. And I could bet you could walk or run really, really quick. Okay, so I'm not sure what you call that. There they are again, the Phoenicians. Same coding. They got this platter thing. I'm sure they drop that. And they drop all of the flowers. It's all about buttering up, I've noticed, and giving you stuff. It's all shit. So there's Nikola Tesla. He has an earthquake machine, as we well know. Oh, yeah, apparently. Says invention could destroy skyscrapers in the New York Post there. And in 1896, Tesla was working on oscillators to be used for energy transfer. The idea was to create an oscillator able to create vibrational various frequencies, In 1897, the device was ready. And in 1898, he supposedly managed to oscillate his laboratory at 48 East Houston Street, New York, enough to alarm neighbors who called the police and ambulance, fearing an earthquake had happened. But where is the machine now? So it causes like, and I can imagine that tech actually quite easily in my Brian. Everything just sort of starting to vibrate and then an earthquake, which I definitely think that they do, and I definitely think is a thing. I don't think there's anything natural. So Tom Jones is playing in Cardiff, and he basically sold out in the first 5 minutes. He's got a big gig in Cardiff Castle. Right, globe earth proofs. I am a researcher. Not insulting at all, is it? But you know, there's a certain amount of tests to whether or not, you know, stupid or not. I don't know what that is. It's just a nice picture of some cavalrymen sat on mud looking at some lovely boats. I think it's American Civil War. Ooh, see this? Send me a picture of you where I can see everything. Okay, that's not exactly working. But she's smart. So let's have a look. I love how she is positioned her coins. Isn't that clever? I bet it doesn't stay like that though when you're walking around, or if it's like a cold day or anything. I think that's colorized, but nice chair. I'm not sure of her occupation. Probably the honest one. Now imagine bathing in here. Okay, you've just like been given a weekend in one of those big twat mansion things. Okay, you'd be considering whether or not you should go in case they're all devil worshipping and getting down to fucking orgies later on at night and all of that. So you're thinking, I better not go here. I don't think I'm gonna. And then will my ganja stink the place out? Yeah, obviously. So you put all of them negative thoughts to the back of your mind and you go through it, and you end up finding that nothing really gnarly went down, but you did get to have a bath naked, obviously, because of the nature of having a bath. So okay, so your beautiful girlfriend, yeah, she steps down here into the water, okay, and you got all of that Phoenicians up on the wall, and then the windows open, you can hear the church bells. Nice. I'm selling this well, aren't I? You're thinking, oh, I'd love that, aren't you? All them soaps and bubbles. Maybe it's even one of those baths that gives you jets of water. It is. I think it's one of those jets of water things. Oh, they're lovely, aren't they? Yeah, I know. So they go to space. Yeah, space they do. Spacesuits. Look, you could. How do they breathe in a vacuum? Oh, well, they use oxygen. Okay, let's have a look in the spacesuit. Where did they put the oxygen? There it is. Well, that little bottle there. Yeah, just that little bottle there. Does that last them the whole time? Yeah, it lasts them the duration of any spacewalk, and the whole time they're on holiday in space for 6 months. It's just that little bottle there. See, me, I love a bit of oxygen. That'll last me an hour. That'd last me an hour, that would, if I had a good oxygen sesh. Doctor, I have a drug problem. What is it? I'm addicted to oxygen. What? Yeah. So I'm guessing a lot of you did mention there was killer cats in Armageddon that did destroy Tartaria. If you're ever wondering what happened to San Francisco, I think it's case solved here, guys. Cat lasers. Cat lasers. You can see how this can go down, can't you? This is why you're in Vanilla Sky, because of all of the laser cats. Yeah, it's where Godzilla was ripped off from, laser cats. Okay, cathedral windows compared to somatic frequencies. You can pretty much compare them perfectly in some cases. Wow, thank you very much. And I'll read that in a minute. Amy Coombs Baker. No, thank you. Thank you so much, lovely. So there was an advanced technology going on with these machines, which was probably very beneficial. May have gone a bit wrong. It's difficult to say. May have caused mudflood in the fucking beginning. Who even knows? But this technology is fantastical and it should be coming back online. Yeah, I know this obelisk looks like a big dick. I'm aware of that, but he's got 4 faces and a beard. I don't think I've ever seen a statue like that before, which is why I'm showing you. So there they are, the topless nurses. Calm down, Matt, calm down. Let's play Panzer Commander and the Milkmaid. Topless nuns, which is wrong in God's eyes. Okay, and other bits as well I can see going on there. Huh? This is the Orthodox Church for you guys. Let's join soon. Kill him! Kill him! Kill the Christian! So you can see the lector here. He's got, what's he carrying? Why do you think he's carrying that? Because he's going to fucking zap anyone who doesn't do as they're told. I don't think gladiatorial things were a thing, you know. I really don't. I think it would be a very short-lived occupation. And there's Caesar. He gets to go between the 2 Masonic pillars, eating gazelle nipples, whatever. So this is an 1850s sort of pre-Raphaelite type picture of gladiatorial happenings, but it's quite beautiful. I was thinking of that for a thumbnail, but it's not context. So they tell you some bollocks, don't they, in the newspapers? They're like, oh, it's fucked in Africa. Everything's fucking terrible. Don't go there. What the fuck? This is better than anything we got in Britain. Yeah, all fresh, lovely stuff. Beautiful, smiling lady. And stuff going on. So they really do bad press. You know, Africa about every fucking thing, don't they? The press, it just cunts. Excuse my language. Yes, African tribal lady. She's got a wicked, wicked sort of stick and a very modern looking dress. And she's color coordinating with the lions and the lioness so they don't eat her. She hasn't got a problem. They haven't got a problem with her. Because she's buzzing on that right vibration, guys. Yeah. What is the difference between I like you and I love you? Beautifully answered by Buddha. When you like a flower, you just pluck it. But when you love a flower, you water it daily. One who understands this understands life. And I'd agree with that. There's a big difference between I like you and I love you. And it's that. Ego and soul. Well, this is a conversation I had with Jordan Waters above my last post. Don't agree with everything. Well, this soul topic we had in the conversation. But ego is me. Anger, blame, coldness, pride, jealousy, doing, egotism, hostility, resentment, madness, stuck, denial, victim, materialism, past, future orientated, power, chaos, complain, self-importance, intolerance, war, separation, ego. Like, have you anybody you know that's like that, guys? How about soulful, the heart voice? The voice of your heart. We love you. Sympathy. Oh, God love you. Co-happiness. Double flat thumbs to infinity thrice. Happy Flaterday. Wisdom. Oh, I think we've had many nuggets of wisdom. Forgivefulness. I forgive everybody. Unity. Yes, the unity of the truth movement. Across the board. despite whatever weird belief systems you may have, under one big umbrella of love and peace. Simplicity, we importance, humble's a goodie, okay? Not so, I'm fucking so fantastic, just like the rest of you, humble is the best way. Spirituality, friendliness, gratefulness, I'm grateful, okay? Being, peace, free, tolerance, victor, understanding, or overstanding, because we don't like understand, we overstand in this game. So there she is again, telling us she was a bird in a cage, but these elites as well, they got a lot of bird cage thing going on, haven't they? But yeah, that's her a bit older. Audrey Hepburn, but I had a dream about her. She was my bird. And nothing happened. I don't remember anything of this happening. So this is somebody in my comments said they were disgusting and they're unsubbing me. I thought the face on the strawberry was really funny. It's like, no. The banana's going in for the kill. Come on. That's funny. All right, then. All pop bottles in Cardiff had this on at one time. Low Cardiff. Low's pop bottles. You get a 10p off each pop bottle if you take them back, wash them out. You earn money like it. So this is what women done in Britain when I was a kid. Down Grangetown, you had the old Jamaicans playing dominoes down by the cranes, and I used to just literally sit there with them, and they would just be smacking them down, going, with the dominoes. And they were always lovely to me. They used to give me a bit of money. They say, "You are kid, fucking off you go." I used to sit there and love it. And the women used to do the same, man. They used to have bet for money. My mother used to have card games in her house when I was a kid as well. Like, and they would bet like piles of 2p's and 10p's on the table. And me and my sister and my mother would. We'd have massive money card games, man. I don't cheat, so I don't win. All right, I cheat a little, I might win. Football out the street. I, in my life, have spent 10,000 hours, maybe more, of kicking my football out the street in a game of soccer out the street. This is the British lifestyle. Smashing windows. Sorry, Mrs. Smith, I'll fucking kill you, mate. Is what you get. So that's a nice little London shot there. I'm guessing that's down to public toilet, maybe. Ooh. That's a thin building, isn't it? So, the world gone by, and basically being stuck in goals sucks. But if you're like, Trevor Brooking header that goal in, or a nice little volley, and hoping that somebody sees how fantastic you were. I was actually a good footballer. I reckon if I'd have persevered, I could have been, and give a shit about all air wank, I would have been a footballer. But I can't stand footballers. And it's proper gay as well. They all get in the shower in the bath together. I'm not going to be in any regard bathing with any other males anytime soon. So I can't imagine that being in football either. So this is fucking about with wires. These are 100% live. It doesn't matter. That's a rope. They're going to swing around the lamppost. We all done that as kids. Okay. And setting up dangerous climbing things as well. Nobody ever died. Nobody ever got hurt. Now, mobile phones. God help you all. I tell you, you want to get out there. QPR there. Queen's Park Rangers. Out in the rubble with the rats pee and shit. But I was like Howard Hughes as a kid. I was like, I would never touch any of these mattresses and that. And anyone who touched them were like, don't touch me, you touched all that smelly shit. I was properly like Howard Hughes, guys, honestly, for germs and stuff when I was young. So have you been sat on a bus? It's like, yeah, don't sit on my fucking bed, man. Why? You sat on a bus, man, all them people, fucking germs and leaking. And yeah, all right, fucking hell, man. No, he chucked a mouse at me. That was me as a little kid. I went hysterical when I had that dead mouse chucked at me, but I had no shirt on. It stuck to me. All bits of brain and guts were stuck to my chest. And I went hysterical, guys. I ran all the way home to my mother screaming. It's like the worst thing. Obviously, because I'm 55 and still moaning about it. Don't cry, guys. He's okay. Turning a building into a den. Finds an old building. Gets to the 1970s, they'll be squatting now full of drug addicts and lefties. But there you go. Nowadays, in them days. Oh, did you have one of them? In Cardiff, they're called bogies. I don't know what you call them, go-karts, where you come from, or box carts, maybe box cart, Willie, box carts. But we called them bogies in Cardiff. Lethal. Many people died on bogies. See that save? It means everything. It's the greatest save you've ever done. Yeah, you literally want to do a flick flack down the streets because you just saved that goal. Okay, and then just playing out the street with your friends. I can honestly say my best memories, guys, with my gang in school, not going down the woods, and all my little gang out the street, my little friends and that. We used to have the best time. We used to do all that. We used to do skipping, tire on the railings, and hopscotch. We used to do a lot of hopscotch as well. Quite long hopscotches, not to 10, you know. But I tell you what, we had good games as kids, guys. Jitterbugging. When was the last time you seen kids jitterbugging in the street, guys? Yeah, this should be passed as a new Tartarian law. Is that everyone should be, don't have a fame moment and go completely nuts and dancing on your cars and that, but maybe let the kids dance jitterbugs out the streets to jitterbug music stuff. I don't know. Om Wangi Yangi 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 is a Buddhist deity or a Hindu deity. He's banging his bell. Oh, what's that? It's got tapeworms just leaked out. I don't think that's his willy. It's the wrong shape. And it's really, really, absolutely, really, really, really long, isn't it? You decide that one. You decide. He is a god, and you wouldn't have a little willy if he was a god. You wouldn't like, oh, I think I'll hit Earth with a tiny willy. This is Ramesses II statue, Colossus, and it is on exhibit in Karnak. And it gives you an idea of the size of these statues. I bet this thing, is this fake, do you think? It's in no, it's in Memphis. Sorry, this is an exhibition in Memphis, so it's not from Abyssinia. So Ramesses II was a big fucker. Maybe that was his real size. Imagine having a fireplace like that made of Delft tile. They really did know how to live, didn't they? I had a beautiful fireplace once years ago. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. I just absolutely love laying in front of that fire. Ooh, this would be a nice artwork for over your door. Ooh. I notice they don't do pubes in old art. Maybe it's a bit unsightly. Okay, this guy is an Egyptian, and he's been attributed as being the manager. Okay, he's like a Hnoptep guy. I can't remember his name. He's the manager, apparently, for the building of the Great Pyramids of Giza. He's got a name. Okay, yeah. Now, is there something wrong with that bloke? He's got a big pair of Nellies, haven't he? For a finer point on it. So, is that what's going on with eunuchs? Eunuchs, like, were they hermaphrodite and they just chopped it all off so they had one or the other? I don't know. Right. Grandma's mysterious double-headed dildo. Oh, Grandma. Don't tell anyone, will you, Lucy? No, I won't tell anyone. It's only wrong if anyone finds out, Lucy. Yeah, of course. Well, I'll take it to the grave with me then, Grandma. What are you doing with... Can I borrow it later? Shh, there's somebody outside the window. I think they can hear. Horses and other things I'm unlike. Okay, that might be only partly true. Okay. What to do when your car's conk out? Okay. Not have a lonely motorway moment is the best thing to do, okay? Gets kind of lonely out on this road. You got a pretty mouth. Ooh, Mum loves salty semen. And in this case, 100% true. My mother hated everybody. All animals, all races, unless they were German sailors. That was it. The only thing she actually did like, okay? Or Danish weightlifters and German sailors. Isn't it funny how semen is called semen as well? And it's from the sea. And I'm a sailor, and I'm a seaman. I'm salty seaman as well. Nice resume, Mr. Hendricks. But are you experienced? Mm-hmm. Or have you ever been experienced? And he said, and let me prove it to you. Are you qualified? Oh, I thought it was funny. So some of the inventions in the past were pathetic. This is like an extension of like Tesla's earthquake machine, I guess. They tried to get lift by erratically bouncing this thing up and down. I can't imagine it getting lift. because of the nature of physics, you know, aerodynamics and stuff, or fluid dynamics more in the case of lift, because parachutes are sails and wings on planes are sails. That is not a sail, that's an umbrella. I'm guessing if you drop from a building, you'd be all right. Maybe not. So here's another cat trying to get in the air. Those magnificent men in their flying machines, they go up to the up, they go down to the down, up, down, flying around. Nope, it's not going for fucking nowhere. Worth a go, though. Right. So at first I thought that was chaff coming out of this, but I really do think it is just flares. But it's crazy how they lay all that shit down. The military's fucking nuts. So there's Edison. You don't see too much footage of him. He's doing a bit of alchemy. Actually, it's the first Heisenberg. He's making crystal meth. He's got the meth. He's got the recipe down. Oh, yeah. Breaking Bad he is. That's how he got his money. He wasn't with electric. He was cooking. Ah, yes, let's a happy Victorian couple, look. Oh, happy in the park, holding hands. Spring is in the air, guys. Get out there. Find a non-jab victim out there somewhere. So he's like, oh, I love you. He's like, I love you too. I love you. But he's moving his head so quick. They have twigged it, haven't they? And they both look pissed off. He's like, I'm a Mormon. I can have 2 wives. And she's like, well, I'm not a fucking Mormon. You ain't having 2 wives. Am I? She's thinking about it, though. Ah, good old days. Now, Basil Fawlty, here he is doing, basically, he's got some German visitors in his hotel, so he thought he'd welcome them with some goose stomping and some Zeke Heiling. So is the nature of welcoming your German visitors. But they are literally, John Cleves is about to embark on a new series of Fawlty Towers. So is that Andrew Sachs at the age of 100? I thought he was dead. And isn't Prunella Scales dead? So I'm guessing that he's not going to be able to have them literally nutty mad fits at his age, John Cleves, that he's, you know, known for in Fawlty Towers. If you don't know about this, it's about a hotel in Torquay in Cornwall. And he's the most un-PC psychopath you've ever met in your life. It's one of the best series ever on British television. I hope the new one is good. It'll probably be masky. So here's Benny Hill. Now, I always wondered about police truncheons. Do you know, think police women actually think about it with their truncheons, guys? No, I'm not being rude. It's just like, must cross your mind, mustn't it? It's crossed his mind. Huh? And why are they that shape anyway? It's like truncheons, some truncheons, especially the old ones, they look exactly like a willy, don't they? And nowadays, they got like extensions. Some of them look like a lot longer and stuff. But I think that's what's going on with the police. I don't know. I might be wrong. Right, here's Benny Hill again. Now, have you ever done that? Have you ever done that? I have. I've done the old Raker Rooney, not the bum. But I've done that Raker Rooney. Also walked into bollards, lampposts, embedded my glasses in my face once, eyeing up a bird across the road, walked straight into the lamppost, and she seen me. It was most embarrassing. God, that hurt. That really, really hurt. Moral of the story is, so these are hobby horses. Apparently, these are the mode of transport in Dickensian. Nice Mudflood in the background. Dickensian era is you go around like that. They look daft as fuck, but they go around. Ooh, David Cassidy, my favorite. The Higher They Come. Is that what the actual album was called? I can't remember. My sister was a David Cassidy. All girls were David Cassidy fans in the 70s. And there he is. The Higher They Come. I bet that made a lot of girls very happy. I wonder if this Dickensian picture of a pub in London really happened. I'm wondering if all of them are faked and set up and the whole of the antiquity has been fucking set up, because it looks like a movie set to be real. It's exactly how you'd imagine it, you know? It's just crazy. I don't know. Something about it. Cher and Madonna tour dates to be announced 2023. Now, that is unkind, and I want to say this, you know, publicly. I did cry to Mask. Every time I fucking watched her, it breaks my heart. Who doesn't break their heart to Mask, guys? He was lovely. All right, he looked a bit weird, but not really. He had fluffy hair. I reckon, you know, with a bit, you know, he could have gone on if he hadn't died. That makes no sense, but you know what I mean. Did you cry? Did you cry to Do you think this is an apt sign to have next to a crematorium sign, guys? Mr. Crispy. I'm just saying, it's just like, did they do this on purpose? It's like, oh, look, the crematorium, stick the Mr. Crispy poster up. Oh, the irony, Red Cap Goblin, the irony. So imagine if this turns up when you were like basically lighting a fire to bury someone. He's grabbed him by the ear and he's pissing on his fire with a massive long, whatever it is. So out that fucking fire, you bastard, got him by the ear. It's pity hard to describe what species that is, but I reckon these chicken heads might have been roaming around at some time in the past because they're on pictures, like loads of them. Jesus the giant, devil the giant. Cast you outeth, I willeth. God, you suck. You smell a bit too. And you're no fun. You got no good drugs. I'll get better. Go get better. Bring me back better weed. I'll go get better weed, Messiah. Because the devil can't score good weed, not like God. Jesus, I mean. So yeah, is he really a giant? Because these buildings look proper mega small, don't they? Okay. Fat thumbs, G's. Nice one. Nice one. Don't let your loneliness make you reconnect with toxic people. You shouldn't drink poison just because you're thirsty. That's good advice, that is, actually, guys, isn't it? So I was like, oh, I suck so bad. I'm always on my own. I don't talk to no fucker. Everyone's asleep. And then the only person you could connect to were in the old main, in the old main mindset and toxic as fuck in the Matrix. And they're the only people you got a chance to reconnect to. Don't do it. Yeah. Avoid loud and vexatious people. They are dangerous to your spirit. Okay. There's enough people here in fucking Flaterday, 50,000. Loads of friends you can make. Yeah. Don't fucking go near them. So yeah, getting rid of the bodies. This is in the catacombs in Paris. Are they just freshly dead? Because they really do look like they're freshly dead. And there's just bones everywhere. Okay, the reset dead. Stick them underground. Millions and millions and millions of them. So, check this Phoenician building. This is obviously AI, but it's the film, isn't it? Mortal engines. And they got like Tartarian buildings on giant rollers and stuff. I wonder if they did do that. That would be fantastic. You could get around, man. You could get around. So there's the Sky Train in Germany, and they had monorails as well. I used to have a toy monorail, but got broken on the day I had it, my birthday, unfortunately. But they had this, and it's super futuristic. The world looked super futuristic. You had these atmospheric travel guys using air, or in this case, a pneumatic tube to propel people around. And then you had the monorail used in World's Fairs, maglev technology, magnetic technology. And in the 1800s, we're going backwards terribly. So these people were just put in this tube and pneumatically propelled to a destination quick as well. And there's the gyroscope monorail, which was going to be rolled out. 300 mile an hour. No train does that at all at the moment. I think it's 270 on the bullet train. Maybe touches 300, but I'm not sure it does. There they are, and they look absolutely fantastic. I wish they'd have gone with monorail. It would have been great looking at them. And these monowheels, people were actually going around in them in the past, guys. How many of them were around? Because I've seen loads of pictures of them. They look quite safe. The outside thing rolls and the bit in the middle stays flat. Cool. Propeller trains. I was thinking about this. If you were standing, say, there waiting for your train that's driven by a propeller, okay, that could be really dangerous, couldn't it? Just chop you to smithereens. Or if it's clear of the platform, would be safer. I guess then it's clear of the platform, but it just looks like it's not. It's like you mangle a load. So this is Cardiff city centre today. Cardiff are playing Wales in the Home Nations. This is St Mary Street in town today. And we have two lucky leprechauns. They haven't got nice legs at all. If you're in the club for getting a leprechaun. Some women are you? But that's in town today. We had tens of thousands of Irish people invade Cardiff like they do every year for the rugby. And we love to have them here as well. Why haven't you got a Guinness? We got a Foster's for Castle Mine 4X. Check this. And I like this. Okay. This is Naughty Older and Dave Hill from Slade. Dave Hill still looks the same. Yeah. But what gets me is they got that modern look about them, like British old men, which is a shame because they were the loudest rock bands, like next to Deep Purple and Black Sabbath, in the history of reality. This is Noddy Holder. It's Christmas. Come on, feel the noise. Girls, grab your boys. We'll get wild, wild, wild. Right, this building, New Westminster in America. Notice this hill cutting these windows in half. And in the modern day, the windows are gone. Done. 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 Taken some changes, hasn't it? So this is Ely mentality where I live. Yeah. Fresh out of Her Majesty's prison. Welcome home, guys. People in Ely, they like to wearing an ASBO order is like a medal of honor around here, guys. Okay. And if your old man or your boyfriend is on out of jail, they have a street party. They don't hide that shit. They celebrate that shit. And they put a thing on there, sheet on there. I nearly got killed by one of them going to work once. It fucking blew in a gale. I was riding my bike and it blew off and blew in my face when I was riding a bike. Nearly fucking killed me. I ain't even joking. Anyway, I can come back for a minute. There's still over 1,000 people watching 3 hours in. That's simply marvelous. Right, I'm going to share something with you for a second. I'm going to leave camera. This is a nice bit of footage that I made quite a while ago. Let me just 1,000 double fat thumbs. Thank you for popping by. So many people. What a fantastic night. We ain't done yet. Okay, we ain't done yet. We're coming up to the 3 hour mark. See how quick that went? And I didn't even come and give you all shouts. Oh yeah, thank you, Lisa. Thank you, London guy. Dabs up. Okay. Have them if you got them. Grateful Bushman. Okay. Brennan, Bumblebee Tuner. Brennan, my brother. JT. Gotta love ya. Gotta love ya. Jersey Bob. All low. Okay. So have you enjoyed the show tonight? Oh, we have got a 4 Jack share. He's saying excellent show, bruv. We're not quite done yet. And I know it's a bit of a macabre thing, but actually it's a question we've all been asking is where can all the fucking dead go? There must have been trillions that went before us. And in the last reset, these buildings owed thousands and thousands of people, and the people are around to occupy them, which leads us to think that there was a ton more people in this place before. A ton more. The space everywhere, guys. It's all empty. The countryside's empty. It's only the cities that got people. Everywhere else is fucking empty. There's not that much space. And in the past, it was small self-duchy, self-ruling duchies in the past. Okay, that's what they had. And there was just millions of them and a lot of people. Like him. Yeah, it goes too fast. Time flies when you're having fun. Right, I'm going to share screen again. I've got a little bit more to go. Sorry if this vlog is going on, but the other stuff, like I mentioned, I will have to show you in the week, in a day or two, when you've all caught up, because there's a lot going on Flat Earth British. So here's martinliedtke channel. I don't know if you know, we have many more channels on Flat Earth British, which are martinliedtke's Nectar, the Celtic Tartarian channel, and Flat Earth British Think Tankage. Thousands of videos to go through there, and a lot of it is antiquitechy. Right, this is a video I made on a Flat Earth British think tank. It's just a little bit of music, pleasant for you for a minute, while I leave my chair for a second, and I'll be back right now. Okay, I can link that up if you wanted to watch the rest. It's 2 hours 50 of antiquity images and artworks like so. But some of them are really amazing, actually. Some of them are just like, are they photographs? Like this one, yeah, with the Phoenicians turning up. It's just like, they're really amazing images. And there's 1,000 in there. Some of them look like photographs. It's just amazing. And some copyright-free music as well. Look at the fleur-de-lis on that ball. 3 fleur-de-lis on that ball with the Phoenicians. So it's all deeply coded stuff. So I forgot all about that. A really, really good video for imageries and stuff. So, like I said, and it's got bit music as well. So, back to Sharage. I'm going to do not much more now because of the length of this video, and I can always show you the rest on my next vlog, guys. Honestly, it's just so much to show you. But I really do want to show you this Bali monastery, 1870. It's a bit of a mind blow. It's synonymous with like Angkor Wat, but this is in Bali, in Indonesia, 1870s, and it is called the, excuse me, the Gunung Kawi Monastery. Gunung Kawi Monastery in Bali, in Indonesia, and it is tech, but it's covered in grass. And it is very much like Angkor Wat, 1870. So this is early, you know, for this discovery of this place. But it's mad. It's mad. All of this is below ground level, and they've cut these things away. And I don't even know what they are in there. We've got close-ups on them in a minute. Some sort of device. It looks like in the film Prometheus technology. It's just like, what the hell are we looking at? So yeah, at first I thought it was like grass and stuff and veg, which it is a lot of it, but it's like a building. This is like a building. The whole thing is building. There's entrances in it, like a melted building, if you like. It's got vegetation on it, but there's entrances going into it like this. All of this is of earth, mud, so it's all below ground level. Bursting out of the jungle. Can't imagine who has been attributed to building this, but it is Buddhist, as you'll see in a moment. And you've got a soldier, maybe, I know, somebody, doorman. These. So they are rough for 1870 photos, but you can see stuff's moving, the wind's blowing. These things here, I don't know what they are. The thing looks like a bit of a pyramid, these. So they're stupas, ever decreasing pyramids. They're not mausoleums, not for dead people. It's all below ground level. Some sort of crazy technology going on there. They look like they can handle a lot of power, is what it looks like to me. But it's not a site like I've seen ever before. This looks stepped up here like a pyramid. I don't know whether you can see this looking stepped. But it's big. This place is big as well, isn't it? And the whole thing's full of holes, caves. I bet the whole thing you could go into. But it's not like a monastery I've seen. Crazy, innit? Imagine being an explorer and finding these things. It's like Indiana Jones, isn't it? It's like finding treasure. And these are massive. Because here's the Indonesians down here. A couple of girls doing that sweet little Indonesian dance going on. You know, 150 years ago. A load of Indonesians keeping out of the sun, having something to eat. Must be baking up there. Oh, this looks melted and covered in grass on top. Just the craziest setup for a building. What the hell is going on with them? I can't imagine what they are. What are they? So something was coming out of there like a pole. Maybe they're even a weapon. Like a futuristic weapon. They're on like sort of castellations on a muddy bank. Never seen the like, guys, anywhere in any other building or anything to do with anything like that before. Just craziness. And look at the size of it. So it's this whole thing here. And it's stepped up like a pyramid. And the whole thing. Imagine how big it is inside it, guys. They call it a monastery. Doubt it. I wonder what that room is for. This looks like the cutouts that you get in Pumapungo in Peru, and we're in a completely different continent. Again, just like Peru. But the vegetation's taken this place, like the jungle's taking it back. A bit like Angkor Wat type affair. But enough to see that this place is big, expansive, and old world. And what is it? What's that staircase do? Go into? What are them things for? Is it just for like deity worship? It's massive. It's all of that, guys. Looks quite beautiful, I imagine, with all of the tropical trees and stuff. So there's the name of it. Guanuneg Quali, which I can't pronounce. A bit better, a bit higher resolution, these photographs, aren't they? But again, all of the mud there and this ground is up there. So all of this is like below ground level. Somebody's dug all of this out. It's just nuts. So yeah, that's completely different. I've not really seen anything like that before, if I'm honest with you. I'm going to come back, give you a few 100 shouts, and then I'm going to be diving off very shortly because this is getting on for like 3 hours. There's 1,000 of you still watching. Oh my days. I do appreciate you being here. Please feel free to share this video. Like it if you did. Please like it. I got like 800 likes there. That's very nice. Okay, that was a fun vlog. We do have fun. So it's Jolly Mama Brother, Epic, Tonsil Underground, who I know. So double flat fingers to Manny, who's manage, Jamie Barker. Those earthquakes in Anderson, Indiana Mound State Park. Oh, earthworks. Yes, I've covered them. I covered it on the Tartarian channel. Hugh, Social Ripper. Exactly, my brother. And Jamie and Carolina Lisa Singh is in the house. Much love. And okay, Hippie Shake. Sharing my I got merchandise apparently. Fantastic. Got Flat Thumbs t-shirts and mugs and stuff like that on my shop. Apparently, I need to get some of that. Sherry Ives, good to see you, baby. Sherry, won't you come out tonight? Gold Coast Lady, good to see you. Gilded, I can't pronounce that. That and Mind Unveiled. Oh, we doing shoutages. That's good. The Suns and the Evan and Jersey Bob. Okay. Old World Cryptos Carolinas. Okay. Kay's in the house as well. I can't read all of that. Literally, my eyes are packing up now from all work. But it has been a really good week on the truth. We've got a lot of truths out there this week. I've been a very fantastic week on Flat Earth British. Much, much better. I'm very happy. So magical, man. It is. It's magical. Have you got that warm, fuzzy feeling that was promised to you? Yeah. It's good, good, good. That comes as standard on Flat Earth British. Happens like literally instantly. Yeah. It's because of my presence. Don't worry. Don't even worry. It doesn't matter. Too late anyway. Too late. Okay. And there's India Holistic Media, who I mentioned earlier, with many, many acts of kindness. Stupid Tartaria and anti-Tartaria horses crowd reminds me to watch you more. Don't take no notice. You don't know them Lundergrounds, and you never fucking will. All of them anti-Tartarian squad, right, are all just like people you're not going to meet. You're never going to see their faces really. They're just voices, and they're not going to come to any of the meets and hook up with all of our gang. I can fucking guarantee you that. Little wing. And Gainer, good to see you. I can't pronounce that. Ligia Rogers, Hobbit Houses. You haven't been to Wales. They're all Hobbit Houses, yeah. And Dread, my brother. Much love, Dread. We love Dread. And, oh, it's Flat Earth Dude, yeah? Seen him the other day. Flat Earth Dude. Doing some musical stuff. He was, Dread. Bernadette Morris. Oh, good to see you. Thank you for popping by. So make sure to donate a cup of coffee to me if you feel I'm worthy. That would be really nice. I would definitely appreciate that. And like this video. Share it out on all formats. Facebook if you can. And Twitter is quite good, I think, for shareage. This is almost a shareable video. It wasn't too naughty. And it has been an academical voyage of discovery. And didn't I say it'd be a cool story? And didn't I say it would go like that? This has been 3 hours, guys. Over 1,000 people, the whole ride. Wink, 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 wink. Not bad, eh? Tracy, good to see you. Martin, the Welsh Dragon Metals doesn't work. The link, I'll do it when I does it. It's because I copied and pasted it. It won't do it. All right, that's my son, that is Tracy. Martinliedtke. He's got his own channel. And we will be boating soon. I've got to go for me for a boat. I'm going to try and get a boat or a ship or something going so we can get out on the sea and make things more exciting because, like, I'm the type of guy I am. I have to do exciting stuff. Otherwise, like, it's crap if it's not exciting. So I do stuff. Always have. Quick news. Oh, you can't do much when it's poxy weather, but the daffodils are up. Spring is in the air. Oh, it's fabulous. So shrooms work too. Yeah, it's a donation. Yeah, they do. I say drinks donations. And they're at least still up. Spark plugs. You're on about ceramics, I know. So I hope you're still awake early and still there. Thank you for your help. There's Nora. Who's saying lovely stuff to lovely India, my friend, as well, which is really lovely. So thank you, Anna Medina. Anna Medina. So that's a nice name, isn't it? Anna Medina. So I'm leaving your name up now, Laura. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to just all look at you now. I know, I'm sorry, I don't mean to embarrass you. Rowena, there's no song called Rowena, so I'm writing one. It's going to be heavy metal. It's going to be epic. It's going to be number 49 on the hit parade. Zal Moxie, good to see you. And Red Eye Jedi. Good title. I like that. Good title. I was thinking of going down my local pub with a load of, basically, lightsabers, the light up ones, the cheap ones, and just dish them out and see if I can get everyone fighting one another for a YouTube short or a vlog. Because they're mental down there. Somebody would definitely die with a light, even a plastic kid's lightsaber would be inserted somewhere. Somebody would die. It would be brilliant. Well vlog worthy. So I was thinking of doing that. Yeah, I might do something like that. I haven't got loads of lightsabers, so I'll think of something. Don't worry. Stu. So yeah, we got this stuff happening in the Flat Earth British arena in the very near future, guys. Okay, meets and stuff. I know people are writing to me all the time. You're having a convention, you're doing this and doing that. I've got invited to a couple of things this year, which are coming off later on in the year. I will keep you informed with them. Okay, a chance for you to go and do some fantastic stuff. But I am working on something. Like at the end of the month, we might have a family meetup, which is me, all the gang here, Dave, Manel, and do a bit of activism on the streets of Glasgow is what we're thinking. So hopefully, fingers crossed, if the creator wants me to go, I'm sure he'll send me. So, but I do really want to go. Just putting that out there for fantastic truthing. So, hi holographic. Good day to you as well. Great episode. Love you all. Oh, thank you. You changed your name. You had a different name before. Rose, good to see you, lovely. I wonder what it is, them little lines. How do you do that, the little lines through the sentences? Do you literally just do that after? It's not a lot of fucking around. Valerie, right. You never missed it because you can go to the beginning and watch it all over again. It's just, and I just shouted at you, so you're in this now as well. So, George, good to see you, my brother. Gold Coast lady. I want to be in my gang My gang. Don't. I know somebody who met Gary Glitter, and they said he was a truther, and they only had him and said he was a pedo because he was a truther, and they just had him. So, you know, there is that, like, that he might not be true about Gary Glitter. I'm not even sure. You know, he's supposed to be going to like Thailand, Bangkok cheeky boy thing going on. But I'm not so sure from what my mate Debs told me. She said he was like proper truther, and they had him because of that. And he knew they would have him because of that as well. So, you know, like Michael Jackson. Do we honestly think Michael Jackson was a kiddie fiddler? I'm not so sure. I think he was too stupid, you know, to do that, things like that. I'm not saying it could be clever to do that. I'm just saying he was like open, wasn't he? He nearly dropped his baby off the fucking balcony and married Maria Presley. And he just, I don't know if he's a pedo or was. Might have been just because he came out with truths saying bad things about him. Smoke him if you got him. 420 rules apply. Red eye. It was important. So was that the quickest 3 hours of ever in the history of ever? David Ap Rees, are you Welsh? She's got a Welsh name. So is that mortgages in my house? Is my brother from another mother who lives down under? That rhymed mostly anyway. So yeah, so next time you have a cup of tea and some bone china, old bone china, have a think about what might be in there. Hello from Alberta. Michael Cove, Coventry here. Nobody send Michelle to Coventry. She's already there. That makes sense. Okay, guys, I'm going to be going very soon because my eyesight is literally running out on me. So thank you very, very, very much for bringing your vibration to the community, sharing your experience, not taking life too seriously, getting down deep with the truth age. Okay. You saw him sing in the 80s in the BBC thing in Tenby, did you? I seen Slade in Puff Call, but they wouldn't let me in. I was by the door, but they were the loudest thing I ever heard. It was only little. I was like, fuck me, these are amazing. But wow. Hippie Shake scene, Gary. Free. Coney Island, thanks, Martin. Delicious juice today. Indeed, it was delicious juice. Tartmuck Twisted. Best 3 hours. Fun show. Oh, there you are. I'm getting good feedback. It's always a good thing. Thanks, guys. Anyway, I'll see you very soon, guys. Be good. I'll be back in a day or two, okay? I'm going to try and arrange a little hangout maybe for midweek. I like to do them. Oh, hi, Deb. And Tommy, my brother. And Grace Face. Have a good night. Well, my night's over. I'm going to have a cup of tea now. I got some fruit and nut I'm looking forward to. Because everyone's a fruit and nut case. Some fruit and nut chocolate. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And it's really tasty. I know it's milk chocolate. Milk's bad. But whatever. Everything's all right in moderation. My body break it all down. Rowena, I'm glad I seen her. Okay. Let's go. Okay, George. You've been spoken to by Campbell or Tartarian. And Lina Tartaria, have a good one. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a fantastic Sunday, whatever you're doing. I think it's Sunday soon. No, we win. Mary wins. Martin loves you too. So I'll send him love outwardly. Okay, communal hug to you all up there. And I will see you all very soon. So, Flaterday, best day of the week. It's Bob Sykes. Let me just shout him. What has an hazelnut in every night? Every bite? Squirrel shit. Squirrel shit has an hazelnut in every bite. Okay. What has an hazelnut in every bite? Sure milk chocolate for your delight. Squirrel shit is what has it. Alistair, good to see you. Canademi, good to see you. Controllers make truthers say they are gay or bisexual. Pete Townsend. Is that what he said? They had him as well, didn't they, for a bit? Said he was up to noughties. But he's still on world tours and shit, so they didn't take too much fucking notice, did they? Got a packet of crisps on my bed by then. It just made a crinkle sound without me near them, and I haven't eaten them in hours. It's like a crinkle release. It's weird, isn't it? So, Ting Ting, good to see you. Much love to you, Ting Ting. Much love to you, Campbell. Thanks for all you do for the truthers. And Lisa Ann Bradley and Alvidas is in the house. I can see you there. I have Alvidas and Robert, Raz, Dale. There's so many of you. Waxy, good to see you. Waxy Sergeant, Rockstar, true for Rockstar. You fucking know it. Okay. Living legend. I have a laugh. At least I amuse myself. There you are. D'Angelo. He's laughing. There you are, my bro. Cavalocious and Alistair. Okay, I gotta get going. Definitely. 700, 800 of you stood in the house. Magnificent. Make sure to like. Just click that like thing if you did. It won't hurt. And make sure to subscribe to All Things Flat Earth British. I will sort the links out for what you're seeing, like that really groovy atlas and stuff, as soon as the show is finished. Okay, guys? Okay. Everyone needs a crinkle. Everyone needs to release their crinkle. Okay. Release the crinkle. Okay, that's good advice. Release your crinkle, guys. Get that crinkle out, man. Just fucking crinkle it out, man. Fucking no more crinkle. I feel brand new already. That worked. Okay, peace and love out. We're going on now. Hippie shakes. Peace and love to you all in chat. We're going to go on that. Okay, I'm going to get going. Thanks. Still so many of you watching. Okay, I'll see you on the scene a bit later and be back in a day or two. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Stay epic.